Oops Vision Studio. Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina. KXRK-FM and HD1. Provo, Ogden, Salt Lake City. Utah's original alternative. X96.
Doobie doobie.
See, the usual gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Because over the weekend?
Yeah.
Poor guys.
No, I think they're fine.
I don't know.
No?
Well, they've taken their song off the official playlist for the Coronation.
I think they're fine with that.
They're
anti-monarchy.
I know that, but I think that's why that song should be shoved down the face of King Charles III. Shoved down that royal mouth.
There was the Department for Digital Culture, Media, and Sports had an official Coronation celebration playlist.
Okay.
With 28 songs on it. And that was on there. And somebody went,
they've said bad things about the royalty. Oh, well.
So did they pull it off?
Yeah.
Oh, the official...
the official people, not
yeah.
the proclaimers.
No, the proclaimers didn't.
Yeah, okay.
I think they would be happy to have it there.
Yeah.
It's puts them... I mean, they're still active, by the way. They're still out and performing that song. That's all they ever do.
We're here for the
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the proclaimers. They sing the song and then they leave. Listen, I think they would have been very happy to have her with the royal family anytime.
Other songs that are still on the list, the Beatles, Come Together. I'm kind of surprised that's the Beatles song. Out of all the Beatles songs.
Come together right now.
What? Here comes old Flat Top. He come grooving up slowly.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah,
He got Juju Eyeball.
Yeah.
He won Spinal Cracker.
Yeah.
I don't. You'd
I
buy
would think
that.
it'd be like Here Comes the Sun or something.
Or how about Her Majesty's a pretty nice girl, but she doesn't have a lot to say.
Yeah.
Kate Bush is Running Up That Hill.
You know why that is? Camilla, the royal consort, loves Stranger
She
Things.
loves Stranger Things.
Loves it.
Spice Girls, Say You'll Be There.
Well,
Of
Spice
course,
Girls.
yes.
You got it. Yeah.
But no Proclaimers.
That's.
Oh, well. We played them here. They've never said anything bad about us.
No,
as far as you know.
So we can play them here.
I think they've been here a few times
Yeah.
in the day. Yep. Sorry, guys. The Reed brothers. David Bowie is on the list. Queen is on the list.
As they should be. There should be
I
an
don't-
Elton John on there somewhere.
I don't know.
Definitely be some kinks in there.
I don't know if Freddie Mercury was the biggest supporter of the royal family. I don't know if the Kinks are on there or not.
Somebody says Me First in the Gimme Gimmes cover of the song addresses that they don't know what a haver is. Nobody knows what a haver is.
It means to talk foolishly. To talk foolishly.
We looked this up when the song came out. We looked up all the stuff.
Yeah. I like that song, and but that's it. I think that I don't. Is there another? Can we find another Proclaimer song? I don't know what would be. Let me look at the Proclaimers list and see what there might be.
Well, let me find something.
A 1987 single, "Letter from America," reached number 3 in the UK. Their 88 single, that one we just played, was top of the charts in Australia. Is this "Letter from America"?
No. This is I'm on my way.
I remember this one. Yeah. We played this a little bit.
Yeah.
I remember this one.
To the All right, let's try the title track from the album Sunshine on Leith.
Which is a river, I believe.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Find "Letter from America." That charted really well.
I'm going down the top 5 here.
When I was a younger man,
I like this. Okay.
when I was a silly boy, I didn't need a thing. I was strong as anything. I viewed solitude as a joy.
Okay.
But since I
All right. That's
Life with You is what, but here's Letter from America.
Get on with it, Proclaimers.
okay.
No.
Now they did a
No.
cover. It says here, which might be interesting, of "Get Ready" by the Temptations.
Get really?
Yeah. Which I
can't hear it.
I can't either.
hear it.
That's why I want to hear it. Is this it?
You
Okay.
should know this because it's on the Dumb and Dumber soundtrack.
Well, Terry, you know.
never met a girl who made me feel the way that you do.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm asked to make my dreams real, I tell them you do. You're the same. So
Oh, fun.
look out, baby, 'cause
Look
here
out.
I come.
Here we go.
Your love is true, so get ready, get ready. I'm gonna try to make you love me too, so get ready, here I come. Get ready, 'cause here
They're okay.
I guess guess that's just a good song.
It is, but they have pleasant voices. They have an album called Angry Cyclist.
What are you eating?
Nothing, I'm just wadding up to these.
Oh.
There's a fire over here.
Oh, no.
My microphone is on fire.
So there's that.
The Proclaimers. Were there any other choices? Probably.
Not really. It's Barbara Streisand's birthday. We could have
No, that's
opened
okay.
with Barbara. Barbara.
You know, so just before we take the break, Deadpool over the weekend.
Yes.
And I meant to get a hold of you, Carrie, to see if you could find some. I heard some clips from Dame Edna Everidge.
Oh, I'm sure I could.
My
find
God,
So
Barry
funny.
Humphries was funny.
So funny.
I mean, just in this, such a unique style. But Barry Humphries, who was, well, they were different people. And Dame Edna never let people forget that. Barry Humphries has been living off my success for years and years now. But Dame Edna died, and she was on
Did Barry Humphries also die?
Interestingly enough,
Oh,
almost
okay.
immediately afterwards.
Almost immediately afterwards.
It was. It took a while for him to get the news, and he went, "Oh,
wait a
well,
minute.
then I'm dead
I
as
guess
well." So I got 11 points or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, 11.
Those are sad points.
Yeah, I didn't. I felt bad about it.
Yeah.
But over the weekend, I heard some clips from Dame Edna, and I'll read you part of Dame Edna's obituary coming up in the news.
Did Dame Edna write her?
Hated football and loved the theatre. Even then, the schoolboy was to be found playing the role of a woman.
You're looking absolutely beautiful as always.
Aren't I, darling? Of course, women will be copying this frock slavishly, won't they? I know what all you Sheilas are staring at. You're all looking at my penis, aren't you?
Aye.
You're all looking at my penis?
That's Sir Les Patterson was introducing her.
But most of me mates call me Bazza.
Oh, so this is clips of Barry.
I bet we can find him.
Australia as a land of kangaroos and rabbits.
But this isn't so.
No, it's absolutely true. And you get full marks for that.
I bet we can find
I'll
some
find
other
some.
ones.
Yes, very funny, and never harmful.
No.
No, Dame Edna said a few things that probably Dame
She
Edna
said things, but
should
she
not
didn't.
have said.
She didn't do
Actually
what
harm
the drag
everybody.
performers of today are being
Yeah,
accused of.
No, that's right. But Dame Edna said said a couple of things that were considered racist.
Yeah.
And the way Dame Edna did not apologize for that. She said people who are upset with this obviously don't understand satire. They don't understand that I am not serious about this.
It's a character.
This is what
a character would say
yes,
these things.
This is what Dame Edna would say. Mm-hmm. And Barry kept telling her not to do it. Anyway.
All right. Well, that was some prime farting around, I'd say.
Yep.
This has been Farting Around with Carrie, Bill, and Gina on X96, Radio from Hell.
All right.
Okie doke. We'll take a break now, and then we'll come back and check in with us, if you would, please. 877-602-9696. That's the number to call. Check in with the Radio from Hell show. We always like to hear from you in the morning. It helps us get the show going. It helps us, sets us off on the right foot. Or occasionally, your phone calls ruin the rest of the show. They just we're downhill from there. But 877-602-9696, a random checker-inner will give you a Radio from Hell coffee mug.
Hey, you know those great arguments like who wins fights between the world's most badass bear and lion? Or cake versus pie?
right, 7:06 right now, and we have Boners Round 1 coming up. Big boy news all on the way. Dr. Cobble is calling in today, so this is your chance to speak to a doctor about COVID. Answer your question.
All right, feel down and dry.
Al. Spell it with me now. A-L. Al. And now we'll use it in some dialogue with our friends Levar and Legrand. Today, the boys are out in the woods hunting with their California friend, Chip. A conversation ensues.
Hey, nice of you guys to bring me on the deer hunt. I've never had a chance to do this.
Never been hunting before, huh, Chip? Well, why am I not surprised? You'll notice that the rest of us, Chip, are wearing a highly visible flame orange attire. Now, while very colorful and attractive, your Hawaiian shirt ain't what I'd call appropriate.
It's kind of like hunting with Magnum P.I. You ever been in the great outdoors at all, Mr. Selleck?
I've been to the Grunion Run in Long Beach.
Well, we're not talking about sissy boys in their running shorts here, Chip. We're talking about hunting, fishing, manly sports.
Yeah, manly sports. Hunting, fishing.
I free climbed Half Dome at Yosemite last summer.
Oh, fine. You climbed up some rocks at some Bugs Bunny theme park or something. You ever bagged a 4-point? You ever bagged it and tagged it and gutted it in a blinding snowstorm?
With a real bad earache and a wooden leg?
You don't have a wooden leg.
Well, with a bad earache and while you're half drunk.
Levar, have you been drinking? I've told you I do not approve of drinking, and certainly not drinking while we're on the hunt.
Of course, you know why he's upset, don't you, Chip? It's the old story, why you should always take more than one of the elders like Legrand here hunting with you. Because if you only take one, he'll drink all your beer.
Real funny, Levar.
I don't get it.
Well, Chip, you see...
What's that?
What?
That.
Oh, Al.
That can't be Al. Al's back at camp.
Sure, it ain't the camp Al. I'll bet it's a different Al.
What? How could there be another Al? Especially way out here in the woods.
Well, the camp owl was probably a born owl. Now, this one sounds like a horned owl.
And now I know that joke about all you Utahns have horns. Al has horns.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. These fetching Californians seem to have their own language, you know?
This over with.
I'm for that. Let's see. Let me check here the phone. No, nobody's called to check in yet. 877-602-9696 is the number. To do that, check in, say hello, what you're going to do today. You know, get your morning going here. Help us get our morning going. You can also text us 33986. We'll check and see if there are any check-ins after we officially begin the program.
Spring savings are here at Big O Tires. Stop by the Spring Super Sale now through May 7th. Save up to $100 on select sets of tires. Get your vehicle ready for the road trip season ahead at the Spring Super Sale. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
The sun will rise today, allegedly, at 6:35, and then the sun will set, again, I have to say allegedly,
Yes.
at 8:16 p.m. The moon is a waxing crescent moon, 19.8% of full. The moon will set today at 12:35 a.m., today being Monday. It's the 24th day of April in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ, 2023. Gina, here's a countdown for you.
All right.
233 days left until December 2nd.
Okay.
Now, I don't know why we have to wait all that long, but December 2nd, the first Friday of December, is Bartender Appreciation Day.
Oh, can't we appreciate them every day?
Well, I do. I do. I mean, that's what I wonder. But it is Bartender Appreciation Day. Sailor Jerry Rum founded.
Carrie. No.
No, I can't have it.
Founded Bartender Appreciation Day. Sailor Jerry has been petitioning to have this day declared as a paid leave for bartenders.
Well, then who would?
I'm against that.
Yeah, that's
who would tend the bar.
Exactly.
Yeah. Three famous bartenders from the past or present: Sam Malone.
Okay.
Cheers. Marion Ravenswood. Marion Ravenwood.
That's Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Oh, okay.
Karen Allen.
I was going to say I
And
didn't think of her as a bartender, but anyway.
Yeah, but she was. And, of course, Mo Sislak from The Simpsons. And this is the bottoms-up edition of the show for people who feel like hell in the morning with the tipsy talkers of the airwaves. Radio from Hell. The Lords of Morning Radio. Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. Katie for short is our fine producer. We also have Dawson as a helper and Jay helping out as well. And now we will go to your check-ins if there are any. Let me see. No, well, yeah, there's somebody. John in Draper online, too.
He's the last person in Draper whose house has not slid off the side of the mountain.
Oh, man. Did you watch some of that?
John,
hi. How are things in Draper where you are?
It is a little bit wet.
Yeah.
and unstable.
Yes.
Are you anywhere near the unfortunate?
About 2 miles away. Not too bad. Our place is safe,
good.
but it feels bad for them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I guess I couldn't believe that video. That house just sliding, disappearing.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Awful.
Yeah.
What else is up with you today, John?
Well, I was just calling to say that Radio from Hell has bent me to their will.
Uh-oh.
Well, how so?
I have my schedule only allows me to listen to the podcast, and I got tired of missing out on farting around.
Oh, well, so there you go.
We have shamed you into joining us for farting around.
I've missed out. That's my favorite part of the show. That and the last 3 minutes. And
that's really telling, isn't it? There's a whole vast wasteland of Radio from Hell show between those two times that John could give a rat's ass about.
Stuff that's been prepared.
Yeah.
He's tuning in for the stuff that's not prepared.
That's right.
That's all I want. I'm missing the all day show, and that's the closest I can get to it.
Sorry. Yeah. Well,
you were the person that liked the all day show.
No, listen, kids.
I was the one person.
No. Carrie and Gina want to believe that nobody liked it because they didn't want to do it. As a matter of fact, most people really dug the hell out of it.
Well, next time it comes up in the discussion, please give me a call, and I will be the one guy that will stand up for the all-day show.
Okay.
John, it won't.
Well,
it
John,
won't come up.
I think for getting up early and advocating for farting around, deserves a coffee mug.
Absolutely.
Hang on, John. We'll tell you how you can get your coffee mug. Okay?
All right.
Yeah, if people are new to the show or new to Utah, they might not know what we're talking about. We for years did an all-day show.
No, we didn't.
What do you
that
mean?
was a What do I mean? That was a misnomer. It was by no means an all-day show. It was not 24 hours. It was a 13-hour show.
Daylight show.
That is all day.
No, it's not.
It's not night. It's the daytime. It was an all-daytime show.
All day is 24 hours. And I'm prepared to argue that semantic to my grave.
Well, good luck with that. Richard.
Hello, Richard.
Hey.
Hey, what's up?
Well, we're just checking in. It's my last day here before we head back to Pennsylvania.
So now, refresh our memory. I think we've talked about this, but you are from here and you're visiting. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, this is the first time I called, but yeah, my son had his. Well, we just had our first granddaughter. We came out to visit her for a week.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah. So we got to visit her for a week, and we're going to head back to Pennsylvania tomorrow. And just wanted to call and check in and say we still listen to you. I remember the all-day show.
Yeah.
I remember when it happened the first time.
The very first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Todd, I think, couldn't come in, and you guys just ended up staying on the air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
till
kind
7 o'clock at night.
Yeah, and Kerry kept saying he was going to tell a story which he never told. Did you like the all day show?
I enjoyed it. I always liked it. Yeah, I usually stuck with it. I usually listened to the whole thing. I listened to one other radio show, so I would cut back and forth.
Wait a minute.
Hang on, John. Richard, we need to know what that is. What was the other radio show?
Oh, I used Jim Rome. So I would listen to you guys. I listen to you and Jim Rome every day.
So when we were done,
you'd back and forth.
When we were done, you would switch over to
Are you
Rome.
saying
Is he still on? By the way,
I don't know.
He is. Yep.
Are you saying my sports report is not enough for you?
Well, it's enough for me. Your sports report's enough for me. Apparently not for him.
Gina, I don't think that's what he's saying, but it is true.
I saw a video over the weekend of Jim Rome getting beat up by some sports figure.
Oh, yeah?
And I loved it. It was great.
That was in the 90s. That happened so long ago.
Great to see.
Jim Everett,
What is
quarterback Jim Everett. Yeah.
What does he call? What did he call his listeners? Was it just
clones? He calls them clones.
Yeah, that's right. Well,
we call you friends of the program. Isn't that nicer?
It is.
Richard, where do you?
Because we all repeat what he says.
Where do you live in Pennsylvania?
Allentown.
Oh well.
Don't.
I was just going to mention. I was not going to Billy Joel it, Gina. I am not you. I was going to mention the famed Allentown flood.
Famed? I've never heard of that. But
You
I've
look
only
it
lived
up.
there for a couple of years.
Look
so
it up. Allentown was wiped out by a flood.
All right. Thank you, Richard.
Yep, thanks.
Bye-bye.
Know more
You
about
didn't
the history
mention
of
that
this
in
town.
the song. Well, you should have. Why? If there's some songs about famous things in history.
Miss Brandt, get Billy Joel on the phone.
And Billy Joel missed it? I can't believe it.
All right. Teacher Emily checking in, starting Act 3 of Macbeth today. He has been crowned king and is plotting his next murder.
Yeah. Yes.
Students are loving it.
That's okay. There's a scene in that act that I was in Macbeth. I had one line. It was my only line in the entire show, Teacher Emily. And my line was, and you'll come across it today, "They are, my lord, without the palace gate."
I think you need to go down to Teacher Emily's class and perform that live for them.
Macbeth was, I was just a messenger, and he was asking me, "Are those murderers I sent for here yet?" "Yes, they are, my lord, without the palace gate."
Johnny B checking in, listening while loading my truck to take down a couple of aspen trees this morning. With any luck, I'll be back to some more electric, and then it starts to fall apart. Maria checking in all the way from the less famous Manchester. It's been a couple of months since I have listened, but I have a new job.
Oh.
So there we go.
Oh, I made a mistake. Wasn't the Allentown flood. It was another place in Pennsylvania. It was the Johnstown flood.
That's a different song.
Yeah. That's by Billy Joel.
Luis and Clementine the cat checking in from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Let's see. Okay, yeah.
I guess we can start.
We can start. Let's
Okay.
begin. Traffic,
All
Gina.
Yeah, we can start with that as well. Smooth commute so far this morning. No accidents being reported. Everyone seems to be traveling at freeway speeds. Let's see if we can keep that up this morning. If you see something that is not in line with what I just said, you can text us 33986.
All right, we will take a break. We'll be back in our next break. Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Also, Frank Christ presents They're Fine, They're Just Fine. That is coming up as well. You could win a fabulous prize of some kind.
You could win, let's see, we have different prizes this week than we've had previous. We have yellow card tickets.
Yellow card tickets. If you can tell us which of the 4 celebrities listed is dead, stand by for that. BigOTires.com.
It's their spring super sale, I should say, at Big O Tires. So go to your local Big O Tire store. Go to BigOTires.com, look them up, and go. You can save up to $100 instantly on Bridgestone, Pirelli, Firestone, Nexen, and National tires. Plus, you can get free basic installation on Bridgestone and Firestone tires. Look, there are over 50 locations of a Big O Tire. There's got to be one within just like a half a mile of you, probably. So check them out. And, another thing that's cool is, and I've done this now, you can make an appointment online. You go to BigOTires.com because they do all other kinds of car care as well.
Well, you can get your car ready for your summer driving season. They'll do the conventional oil and filter change, tire rotation, free alignment check, all of that kind of stuff for a healthy car special of just $59.95.
So you locate the Big O Tire store near you by putting in your zip code. You can see what appointment times are available. You make it online, and then you just go. Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Listen to Radio from Hell.
All of the Beat Gina topics have been specifically chosen for their relevance and entertainment value, and all of the answers have been thoroughly vetted and researched, and anyone who says different is itching for a fight. And now, let's welcome the host of Beat Gina. He's the sharp-witted and fashion-forward man of the hour, the one and only, because they broke the mold when they made him, Kerry Jackson.
Thank you, Johnny.
You're welcome, Kerry Jackson.
Thanks for coming up out of the basement to keep score with us.
You're welcome.
Every Thursday.
My pleasure.
All right, let's. We do have a full phone bank, but during the break we talked about who we're going to pick to be a contestant, and Gina has decided that Hank is going to be the contestant. Thanks for the other 2 people who called. We appreciate it. Hank said that if Gina beats him.
Mm-hmm.
That he will go to Squatters, just a block away from us.
Moochies.
Oh, was it Moochies? I thought it was
It's
Squatters. Okay.
Moochies, meatballs, and more.
Several locations of Moochies. Yes.
Several locations of Moochies, meatballs, and more.
All right. Well, thank you, Hank. All right,
Thank
Hank. The movie is Hocus Pocus. That's the trivia topic. And how we determine who goes first is a simple coin toss. So I would like you to tell me heads or tails, and I'll use the coin toss app to determine it.
Let's go heads.
Heads? All right, let's see what happens. All right, coin toss app says heads. You go first.
Oh, man.
That gives you an advantage in the game, Hank. Here's how it works. Your question goes first. You get a chance to answer it exclusively with no interference. If you get it right, you get the point. If you get it wrong, Gina gets a chance to answer it and steal your point away. We'll go back and forth until we have somebody with 3 points. That will be the winner of the game. All right, here we go. Hank, here's your question.
The excitement is so thick you can cut it with a spoon.
Hank, what was the final ingredient for the life-sucking potion? What was the final ingredient for the life-sucking potion? Was it A, a chocolate coating? The chocolate coating makes it go down easier. B, eyes of newt. C, a bit thine own tongue. Or the final ingredient for the life-sucking potion, D, open the schools. Masks or muzzles. Do your research, sheeple.
Let's go B.
B, eyes of newt. Incorrect, Gina.
C.
C, a bit thine own tongue. There you go.
Well, the score is 1-0 for Gina, and Gina controls the question. A chance to sort of really command the game with this one.
All right, let's pick a good one here for Gina. All right, here we go. What do the sisters use to fly after their brooms are stolen? What do the sisters use to fly after their brooms are stolen? Was it A, a single-engine Piper Cub powered by a tremendous sense of self-satisfaction? B, a broom, a mop, and a vacuum? C, a Swiffer sweeper, a Swiffer wet jet, and a Swiffer duster? Product placement is key. Or D, took a cab?
That'd be B.
Oh, a broom, a mop, and a vacuum. Very good.
All right, it's 2-0 for Gina. Hank now controls the question. Hank has a chance to get back into the game with this one.
All right, Hank, let's go here. What was the name of the high school that Max and Allison attends? What was the name of the high school? Was it A, Rydell High School, B, Halloween Town High, C, East High, or D, Jacob Bailey High School?
Oh, man. Let's go B.
B, Halloween Town High?
Yeah.
That is incorrect, Gina.
Well, it's not Rydell, of course. That's the Grease High School. Everybody
Mhm.
knows that.
Mm-hmm.
Is it D?
D, Jacob Bailey High School is correct, and by golly.
Well, it was a sweep. I'm
Hey.
sorry,
Good job,
Hank. Sorry, Hank. You screwed the pooch, as they say.
Yeah, my bad.
Zero points.
You guys are the best.
Oh, Hank, you're going to go to Moochie's, right, and get some lunch? Get some
Yes.
meatballs or more?
Get the Philly cheesesteak egg rolls, I'm telling you. Delicious.
I'll try
If you're
those.
going to do that,
They're
Hank, why don't we
questionable, but now I'll try them.
why don't we give you a tote bag so you have something to carry all your meatballs in? How about that?
Well, no, he's going to.
Thank you, Gina.
Gina, he's going to go. He's going to go before he'll ever be able to get the tote bag, I hope.
Well, there will be meatballs in the future that need to be
that's
toted.
true. It's
Thank you, guys.
It's often cloudy with a chance of meatballs. All right, I'm gone. Goodbye, Hank.
Oh,
nice
Johnny.
hearing your voice, Hank.
Thank you,
and
Hank.
hang on the line, Hank, and I'm going to go away now.
We'll get you on hold, and you can. We'll get your information for the tote bag. Let's see. We begin. Coming up after this, Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Frank Christ presents They're Fine. They're Just Fine. We present to you 4 celebrity names. 3 of them are fine. One of them is not.
Oh, yeah.
One of them is dead.
That's right.
And you have to guess which one of the 4 is dead. And if you do that correctly, you'll win tickets to see Yellow Card.
Yep.
You can line up now if you'd like. 877-602-9696. And play our game right after this. Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Brought to you by.
Become a nurse in just 32 months at Nightingale College, blending online classes with on-ground supervised field experience, virtual college, actual nursing. Start your nursing journey at nightingale.edu, now accepting enrollment for fall semester.
As the New York Times puts it, to be unflinchingly precise, Barry Humphries, the Australian-born actor and comic who for almost 7 decades brought that divine doyen of divadom, Dame Edna Everage, to delicious, dotty, disdainful, Dadaist life, died on Saturday in Sydney. He was 89. His death was confirmed by the hospital where he spent several days after undergoing hip surgery. In a tribute message posted on Twitter, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese of Australia praised Mr. Humphries as a great wit, a satirist, and a writer, and absolute one of a kind. If you've never seen Dame Edna Everage or missed out, just Google and you'll find things on YouTube.
Just go to YouTube and enter Dame Edna, and you will
take
find
5 minutes.
Stiletto-heeled, stiletto-tongued persona who might well have been the spawn of a menage a trois involving Oscar Wilde, Salvador Dali, Auntie Mame, and Miss Piggy.
Yeah, that all
tracks, yes.
Dame Edna was not so much a character as a cultural phenomenon, a force of nature trafficking in wicked, sequined commentary on the nature of fame, and did this for years. Now, Barry Humphries created Dame Edna, he said, because of his mother. He did not like his mother and her values.
Terrible.
Her values. He did not care for her values, these middle-class, post-war values. He said his mother was a cold person who passed judgment on everyone all the time, and he couldn't stand it. And he created Dame Edna because of the dislike of his mother.
Possums!
He called his fans possums.
Let me look at you. Oh, you've aged. You've aged tragically. I'm still the same. It isn't fair, is it, Possums? To be back here, it's hard to believe, isn't it, that it's 9 long years since I last stood on a stage in this quaint little city of Montreal, one of Canada's best kept secrets. That's what it is. The gateway to Toronto. That's what I call it.
He was great when he would get on stage with celebrities and interview celebrities, and he was on stage with Michael Bolton. And said, "Oh, you've had 9 hits this year on your website." And would just skewer people like that. Dame Edna referred to Barry Humphries, the creator of Dame Edna, as her manager, and said, "I don't like him. He's embezzled thousands and thousands of dollars from me and left me almost penniless." So Mr. Humphrey's first marriage was to a woman named Brenda Wright. That ended in divorce. His second to Rosalind Tong, and his third to Diane Milstead. And then his fourth marriage, he was married for quite a long time to Lizzie Spender, 30 years. He had 2 daughters, and Humphreys continued to perform until last year when he toured Britain as himself with a one-man show called The Man Behind the Mask. Dame Edna's husband... Dame Edna had a husband, Norm, a chronic invalid whose prostate has been hanging over me for years, died long ago. Her survivors, Dame Edna's survivors, include, this is so funny, an adored son, Kenny, who designed all of her gowns, a less adored son, Bruce, and a despised daughter, the wayward Valmai. She steals things. She puts them in her pantyhose, particularly frozen chickens when she's in the supermarket. Another daughter, Lois, was abducted as an infant by a rogue koala, a subject that Dame Edna could bring herself to discuss with interviewers only rarely, though the child was never seen again to the end of her life. Dame Edna never gave up hope that she would be found. I'm looking. Every time I pass a eucalyptus tree, I look up.
And she said one of her sons' name was Bruce. Barry did the voice of Bruce.
For Finding Nemo.
Yeah, and
which is kind of funny because that's a very deep, masculine sounding. Voice
and was also a character in one of the Lord of the Rings movies. Barry Humphries was. So there you are, Barry Humphries. Ogden City Police investigating the use of force after 4 officers were videoed by a bystander, a guy on the ground, and 4 Ogden cops are on top of him, and 2 of them are just pummeling the hell out of this guy, who does not seem to be resisting in any way. The Ogden police say they're conducting an investigation. The video shows multiple officers striking the man who was pinned down. The video shows 4 different officers kneeling either on or around the man, with 2 of them delivering the punches. It was. I need to congratulate whoever picked the location for the cops to do this. It was right under almost the "Welcome to Ogden" sign. Over.
Oh, that makes for better visual.
Yeah. Now the Ogden police say we had already started an investigation before this citizen came forward with his video, and we will be releasing body camera video from the police. I heard Chris Burbank, former Salt Lake City police chief, comment on the video, and he said, "What I can see there's no excuse for. Yeah, there is zero excuse for what's going on there." Draper police are warning everybody to stay away from the landslide area. A Utah family was forced out of their home in October. They've been they were told you better leave way back in October, and they did because the land that their house was on was deemed unsafe. They thought they would get to move back in eventually, but nope. Their nightmare became a reality overnight. Shock went through a Draper neighborhood. This was early Saturday morning as 2 homes just slid off a cliff and down into a ravine. Shock went through the neighborhood. Eric and Carol Comrade's forever home, they called it. This was to be the home that we lived in for the rest of our lives, is now just a pile of rubble down in this
and did
ravine.
They get reimbursed for that? I don't
at
know
this point, they're having to pay the mortgage.
I think this should go all the way back to who gave the building permit to build,
Yes.
because these are the kinds of things they're supposed to look at. Can this withstand?
But Gina, there's money to be made.
Well, and Gina, the city ultimately is never at fault.
But
so no, I mean it's true. The case after case like this, the city engineers have to pass off on this.
Yeah.
And they do, but it is nearly impossible to.
But if they
for
say
them
that
to
is
find fault,
safe to build, and then it slides off the mountain, it is clearly not. So
Gina,
they were in the wrong.
You are speaking logically here. Do not, when it comes to cities and governments taking responsibility for anything like this. Now, the developer, I think it's ironically named Edge Homes, have said, we are committed to helping these people who've lost their homes, the homes that we constructed. So we'll see how it all falls out. Yes. Let's see. We got to take a break here. Let me just
give me one more story.
Just see what we have here. Science has found a tenuous but plausible link between nose picking and the chances of developing dementia.
Does that mean
in cases where picking at your nose damages internal tissues, some people pick their noses so vigorously they damage their tissues. Critical species of bacteria can then gain easier path to the brain, which responds to the bacteria's presence in ways that resemble signs of Alzheimer's disease. There are plenty of caveats here, not the least so far that supporting research is based on mice rather than humans.
How do mice pick their nose?
Well, with their little tiny claws.
Can
they have little tiny toes. They have little tiny nostrils, and they insert them into their little tiny nostrils, and then they get dementia. How do you know if a mouse has dementia? That would be the question I would ask.
He keeps losing his keys.
I guess.
Exactly.
Can't remember his wife's name.
Keys are for science.
All right.
Science.
All right. It's a very basic study that probably is stupid.
Weather, traffic.
So today, chance of showers, about a 50% chance this afternoon, 70% chance overnight tonight into tomorrow. Warmer, though, 64 for a high today. That'll feel good. Tomorrow will be cooler with a 54-degree high. Overnight lows in the 30s. Traffic, just one instance to tell you about. Crash southbound I-15, milepost 276. This is 5th East and American Fork. It's off to the left shoulder. Other than that, things are moving very well along the Wasatch Front, going all directions. If you see something not going well, let us know about it. We love bad news. Text it to us, 33986.
Frank Christ has entered the studio to congratulate me on my lead in the
You are in the lead. 11 points in the X96 Radio from Hell Deadpool.
For some reason, I had a premonition early this year, I guess is when we put the list together, that Barry Humphries, Dame Edna Everidge might go. And,
was it a vision?
It was more of I got a chill one morning when I was getting ready for work.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, that was it. And so, now, Frank, the list of celebrities that I have here today.
Yes.
These were given to me by a listener. Who, and I researched these celebrities based on a listener. And so this might be a surprise to even you.
Yes.
I mean, you'll recognize the person that you...
Sure.
The celebrity that you took. But these are celebrities that are all exactly 5 feet 3 inches tall. Teeny tiny celebrities. Celebrities nonetheless.
Any category.
Yes.
I hope that Adam is not the person that provided you that list, because he's trying to play the game right now.
I don't think it was. Adam, how are you?
Well, physically, I'm fine. I'm just fine.
That's good.
But inside, Frank booted me a long time ago.
Oh, you're dead inside. I'm sorry to hear that. Of course, Frank is here to play this game we call Frank Chris Presents.
They're fine. They're just fine.
And I have a list of 4 celebrities here. On this list, 3 of these celebrities.
Oh, they're fine. They're just fine.
But one of them, Frank, being the celebrity reaper that he is, Frank took away to wherever he takes them.
Adam, I'm playing along with you because I don't know the list.
Yeah. What can Adam win if he selects the right person?
Adam, we have tickets to see Yellow Card. They're celebrating 20 years of Ocean Avenue with special guest Amberlynn and This Wild Life coming to USANA on August 6th.
All right, Adam, here we go. These are all celebrities who are exactly 5 feet 3 inches tall. Number 1 on the list, Brittany Murphy, known for playing Ty Frazier in the teen movie Clueless, Alex Letourneau in 8 Mile, Daisy Radone in Girl Interrupted. Murphy also voices Luann Platter on King of the Hill. Number 1 on this list of celebrities who are 5 feet 3 inches tall, Brittany Murphy. Number 2, Kate Bush. At the age of 19, she topped the UK singles chart for 4 weeks with her debut single, Wuthering Heights, becoming the first female artist to achieve a UK number 1 with a self-written song. Bush released 25 UK top 40 singles, including top 10 hits like The Man with the Child in His Eyes, Babushka, Running Up That Hill, Don't Give Up, that was a duet with Peter Gabriel, and many, many others. Number 2, Kate Bush. Number 3 on the list of teeny tiny celebrities, James Wan, Australian filmmaker. He primarily worked in the horror genre as the co-creator of the Saw and Insidious franchises and the creator of the Conjuring universe, the latter most the highest-grossing horror franchise at over $2 billion. James Wan also founded the film and television production company Atomic Monster Productions. Number 3, James Wan. And the final tiny celebrity on this list, Nadia Comaneci, Romanian retired gymnast and 5-time Olympic gold medalist, all in individual events. At the age of 14, Comaneci was the first gymnast to be awarded a perfect score of 10 at the Olympic Games, and at that same Olympics, she scored 6 more perfect 10s en route to winning 3 gold medals. Nadia Comaneci also married fellow gymnast Bart Connor, and they established a gymnastics school. Number 4, Nadia Comaneci. Adam, those are all celebrities who are 5 feet 3 inches tall exactly. Which one is no longer with us?
It was number 1, Brittany Murphy.
Yep, exactly.
Knew
Brittany
that right
Murphy.
away.
Brittany Murphy died in 2009. There was some controversy around her death. What it all happened? What happened exactly? They finally said it was pneumonia.
That's a weird thing for someone as young as her to die from.
She had
Yeah, I remember
collapsed.
that.
She had collapsed in her bathroom, and her husband died a couple of years later. I was now what it was also of pneumonia. That was I forget his name now, but I just happened to read that. Well, anyway, congratulations, Adam. You win the tickets to
Yellow Card.
Yellow Card. Congratulations.
Thank
Hang
you
on.
very much.
You're welcome very much. Hang on the line, and somebody will tell you how to get those tickets.
Oh, Brittany Murphy. That was a sad one.
She was 32.
Mm-hmm.
Kate Bush is 64. James Wan is 46. Nadia Comaneci is 61.
All fine, just fine.
They're just fine.
They're tiny and fine.
Yeah.
Yes. Has anyone seen Shirley MacLaine?
Now, I had a question for you, Frank, about Shirley MacLaine.
Yes. She's 89 today.
But have you booped her in another life? Is that...
Oh, I see.
I can answer that question.
You can.
No.
Because there's no such thing, right, Frank?
Oh, she thinks that she's going to be...
I know.
She's got another thing coming.
Well, how's her brother? That's what I want to know.
Warren?
Yeah, Warren Beatty.
Warren? He's fine.
He's fine.
All right.
Barbara Streisand, 81 today.
Okay. Yeah.
Dim John Hansu.
Jaimin Hansu.
Is 59. I just like saying Dim John Hansu.
Jaimin.
All right. Well, goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Frank.
Frank's usually vague about things, but he was definitive on that Shirley MacLaine.
5 feet 3 inches tall.
Only one accident to tell you about, at least as far as UDOT's concerned. Crashed southbound I-15 milepost 276. This is an American Fork at 5th East, and it is off to the left shoulder. If you see something, you can let us know. Text us 33986.
KXRK Provo Sports with Amy Donaldson right after this.
Are you an oddball, an outsider, an outcast? Well, you'll always find a safe space with Carrie, Bill, and Gina. Radio.
Crater. Spell it with me now. Crater, C-R-A-T-E-R. And now we'll use it in some dialogue featuring that quintessential Utahn Legrand R. Dunn and his son, Legrand R. Dunn II, or Legrand Jr., as the family calls him. Let's join them now as they stand in the line to see Santa Claus at the mall.
Now you remember, Junior, tell Santy nice and loud what you want for Christmas.
Okay.
But only ask for them inexpensive gifts that we already discussed betwixt the two of us.
I'm afraid of Santa Claus, Dad. He won't hurt me, will he?
Oh, no, of course not. As long as you don't ask him for them expensive gifts.
Okay.
You see that little boy over there with the broken arm?
Yeah.
He asked Sandy for one of them fancy video game thingers. Sandy has a lot of work to do at Christmas time, and he can get a little bit testy.
Well, how come Santa Claus gives us presents at Christmas time? I mean, Christmas is his birthday, not ours. We should give Santa Claus presents.
What? You think Christmas is Sandy Claus's birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, Lord, I knew I shouldn't have let you go to public school. I knew I should have kept up with that John and Vicky Singer home study plan. Christmas is not Sandy's birthday.
Well, whose birthday is it then?
Christmas is the birthday of Jesus Christ our Savior. And Jesus is the Son of God, the creator of the universe and the creator of everybody and everything that's in it.
Everybody? I mean, did God create Batman?
Yes.
And Barney?
Yes.
And Coral Malone? And you and me and Mommy and even Santa Claus?
He is the creator of all things.
So I guess if God and Santa Claus got in a fight, God would win then.
That's it. We are getting out of this line, and we're going over to Temple Square right now. You have got some learning to do.
You buy.
The Wasatch Reptile Expo is May 6th and 7th at the Utah State Fair Park. Check out thousands of reptile and amphibians. Admission is only $10. Kids 4 and under are free. Get your tickets and more information at wasatchreptileexpo.com.
Amy Donaldson Sports. Break.
Amy Donaldson is here to deliver us a sporting report. Amy is a podcaster and a sports reporter and
I thought you were going to say a blog.
a vlogger. Amy, you can find her stuff wherever you find podcasts, The Letters podcast,
Yep. on
Talking
iTunes.
Cold,
Talking Cold, yeah. So
and your and then stuff at KSL.
KSLSports.com on occasion, yeah.
And puppies.
And puppies,
And
yes.
plenty of
Oh
puppies.
my gosh, do I have puppies for you? Next Saturday, actually, there's a new coffee place opening in West Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called Pups and Cups or Cups and
Aw.
Pups.
Really?
And you can go there, and we'll have lots of dogs for adoption there.
I don't get it. Cups and pups. What is that?
You can take your dog to go get coffee and sit around.
Do
And
dogs like coffee?
they actually, my dogs don't let your dogs get a puppuccino. They said because then your dog will want your coffee. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
yeah. My dog, if I set it down within reach, will drink
It's
my
gone.
coffee. Yeah. Let's see, NBA playoffs. In the East, the Knicks beat the Cavs 102-93. They lead the series 3-1. The Celtics beat the Hawks 129-121. Boston leads that 3-1. And Saturday, the Heat beat the Bucks, and they lead the series 2-1. And Friday, the 76ers beat the Nets to sweep them 4-0. That's the only series that is over at this point.
You suck at basketball.
The Nets. That's the Nets. Let's see. The West. T-Wolves beat the Nuggets in overtime. Mike Conley, from former Jazzman. He had
Nice guy.
super nice guy. Had 19 points. Gobert had 14. But Denver's a top seed. They lead the series 3-1, and that was the T-Wolves' first win. So expect them to lose in the next game and be done. Warriors, your defending champions. They beat the Kings 126-125. That's the best series. They are now tied 2-2.
Kings are from where?
Sacramento. Yeah, and they made the playoffs for, I think it was like 15 years or something. So, and then Saturday, the Lakers beat the Grizzlies and lead the series 2-1, and the Suns beat the Clippers 3-1 and lead that series 3-1. RSL, they beat San Jose 3-0. Jasper Laughlin, Jefferson Savarino, and Andres Gomez each scored. Yeah, they never trailed. This is after 2 weeks ago, I think we were talking about how they can't score a goal and everyone should be
We're in a
fired.
bad spot, yeah.
So, yeah, it's crazy. And the standings are so close. San Jose's currently 5th in the standings. RSL's 9th. But, yeah, they never trailed in that game and pretty much I think they at halftime they were like 7-1 out, just out shooting. It was crazy. So, Utah men's tennis, they join a few other Utah teams in winning their share of Pac-12 title. They beat UCLA on Saturday. It was come from behind win, and then they had the chance to win the title outright if they beat USC on Sunday. They did not beat USC, so they share the Pac-12 title. And I believe the Pac-12 tournament begins on Wednesday. But that's the first time the Utes have won a conference title since 2008 when they were in the Mountain West Conference. And it's the fourth time a team from Utah has won a Pac-12 title. Football, women's basketball, and gymnastics all claimed outright or their share of Pac-12 titles. Okay. And then congratulations to Kevin Lynch of Hillcrest High fame, my daughter's former teammate. He won the Salt Lake Marathon on Saturday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. All of you who are stuck in your homes, we apologize. We had fun to have.
I didn't want to go anywhere anyway.
Places to jog really slowly.
How did you do?
Well, I did the relay with Team RWB, so I only had to run 10K. Okay. I ended up, my watch said I ran 11 miles because I was taking pictures and I had to, we had to park outside of the marathon.
What is Team RWB?
Team Red, White, and Blue. It's a veterans group. It's open to civilians, and it helps veterans in their adjustment from service in the military to, so it was great. And then we watched our movie, A Long Way from Nowhere, which you can watch for free on YouTube. And it tells you, it's the story of the Desert Rats 150 stage race that I have run 3 times and failed at 3 times. So you can watch me fail the 3rd time that I failed.
What's the name of the movie?
A Long Way from Nowhere.
And you just look for
we
it
run
on
from
YouTube?
Yeah, just on YouTube. Yeah, we ran from Fruita, Colorado to Moab.
Why did you do that?
Because my sister's crazy and she talked me into it. You need not crazy friends and siblings. That's the thing. So, 2nd place in the Salt Lake Marathon, Mark Harriso. I should say Kevin won with a time of 2:21:42.
What kind of prize money is there at the Salt Lake Marathon? Do you know?
I don't think it's like huge. It's not like Boston or New York, but there was a time. I think it's only the Deseret News that does this. They only pay locals. So I think the Salt Lake Marathon still pays everybody. Yeah, just to encourage it to be a local race, support local runners. I don't know. There is probably an explanation for it. But in the women's marathon, Kristen Johnson, she won with a time of 3:07:21, and 2nd place Jennifer Smith was a minute behind her. Rebecca Peterson 10 minutes after that. There are also NHL playoffs. Let's see where we find this. So,
just to go back to how much.
Yeah, the prize money.
Oh, did you have it?
$500.
Is that it?
That's it.
Well, and bragging rights.
I think it costs like $125 to sign up.
You probably get a medal too.
Yeah. I mean, then for runners, listen, I don't care about the medals, but one of the things, there's going to be a rock and roll half marathon.
What do you care about then?
I care about people adopting dogs. That's what I care about, and people getting their dogs spayed and neutered, please. But they had the rock and roll is coming here. They're going to do a half marathon in August in Salt Lake, and so they had on display these medals that were some of them as big as dinner plates, right? Wow. And they did things like they were like novelty toys that were also medals. And I mean, it was cool to look at. I'm like, but I thought, what would I do with this? Like, and to get one of those, you have to run like a couple or 3 of the.
I'd put it with all the rest of my running medals. Right up there.
Well, there are people who have display cases and stuff. Yeah. Mine are in various junk drawers, which would be a lot less junky if I just throw the medals away. I did find out there is a charity. If you've run a race and you don't want your medal, you can look up. You can just Google this. But you can donate your medal. It has to be. You have to earn it. You can't just get it for free or have extra medals.
Why would they want it?
But they give them to children and young adults who are not able to do those kinds of events. Wow. And it actually is a really meaningful thing to them. Yeah.
Nice. Do they scratch your name off of it, or your?
You don't get your name on it anyway, Bill. It's not like
I guess that's right.
It's not like an Oscar.
Personalized. Exactly. It's not that big a deal. Everyone who crosses a finish line.
Participant.
Yeah.
I was a participant.
Yeah. So, but you can do that with your old medals. So let's go to NHL. let's see, the Golden Knights, they beat the Jets 2-1. The Maple Leafs beat the Lightning 4-3. Toronto now leads that 2-1. The Devils beat the Rangers 2-1. New York Rangers lead 2-1. And then Game 3 of Avalanche versus the Kraken. That Colorado leads that 2-1. I was hoping the Kraken would win. I really want the Kraken to be just because I want that mascot to be the
Release the Kraken.
Yes, exactly. It just reminds me of political stuff. So, and Carolina leads their series. The Hurricanes beat the Islanders. They lead that 3-1. And the Bruins beat the Panthers. Boston leads that 3-1. And the Stars beat the Wild. That series is tied at 2-2. And Oilers and Kings also tied 2-2. And the Oilers beat the Kings for 5-4 yesterday.
All right.
So
that it?
That's it. I think
That's enough.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Amy
I know
Donaldson.
there's MLB. Don't hit me up about it. I know that it exists. We'll
lots
talk
of-
about it.
Well,
There's too much of it. Yeah.
When it comes to Utah, we'll care.
The Tampa Bay Rays
Mhm.
have won
a lot.
14 in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, they're undefeated, or they're 14 in a row.
There's a really good story about this. I think NPR did a little sports thing about like what happens to teams that start like this, how often it's happened, and
Well, they've now surpassed. They've broken every record.
yes, yeah, for great
But
starts,
that doesn't mean that they'll do well.
it doesn't mean they'll do well, but it does probably mean they're going to be a factor in the fall because you have so much cushion at this point.
Mhm.
So.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Amy
Amy.
Donaldson, AD on Sports on Twitter.
And
Puppies.
Instagram and everywhere else.
Puppies.
I did just sign up for Spoutable, but I don't know how to work it, so don't follow
let me know
there
how
yet.
you like that. All right.
So far, not so great.
What is it? Spoutable?
Spoutable?
Spoutable.
Yeah. I followed the guy on Twitter. He's really smart,
Oh, yeah.
numbers guy, but
yeah.
I'll look into it.
So far.
Traffic looks great. No accidents being reported now, at least as far as UDOT's concerned, and it's also as far as you're concerned. You haven't texted in any issues out there on the roads. We have a good commute, looks like, for you. If you do see something that you think friends of the program need to know about, you can text us 33986.
We've got boners coming up. Here are the candidates you'll consider. Number one, look, I was trying to ruin the mood, and it worked. Boner candidate number two, poop bombs away. And boner candidate number three, anti-Semitic attack on an autistic teen.
All right, boners coming up along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Stand by.
If you're going under, then I'll be your oxygen.
X96, strong.
Are you ready for some good old-fashioned fun? No, I'm not talking about bobbing for apples, although that is a wonderful game. I'm talking about trivia. It's time for Beat Katie. This is the game for people who know their stuff, and we invite all of you to play along at home. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola. Remember, if you have spills to deal with in your kitchen, use Bounty brand paper towels. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. And now, here's a man who's quick on the pickup himself, Kerry Jack Jackson.
The quicker picker-upper, half a sheet'll prove it.
That's
Remember
exactly
that?
right.
All right.
That's right.
We do have a contestant. The randomizer has chosen Braden. Hi, Braden. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh,
Hello and good morning.
Hi, Braden. All right, we're going to use the coin toss app that I have on my phone to determine who goes first. You call it heads or tails.
Heads.
All right, coin toss app says heads. That means
Twice in
already,
a row.
Already, it looks like Braden is going to win. This does give you an advantage in the game, Braden. The first question is for you to answer exclusively. These are multiple choice questions. Pop culture trivia. Today about Benedict Cumberbatch, because it's his birthday today. This first question is for you to answer exclusively. If you get it correct, you'll get the point. If you do not get it correct, I'll give it to Katie and let her answer it. And if she answers it correctly, she'll get the point. And we'll go back and forth until one of you have 3 points. All right, here we go. Benedict Cumberbatch trivia, Braden. Here we go. First question. What did Benedict Cumberbatch do to earn the title of Commander of the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire? What did he do to attain that? Was it A, he saved one of the royals' lives when they were drowning? Was it B, his services to the performing arts and to charity? C, teaming up with the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy to defeat Thanos? Or D, he has a really spot-on impression of Christopher Walken?
I'm going to go with C as in cat.
Teaming up with the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy to defeat Thanos.
Yes.
I'm terribly sorry. That is incorrect.
Oh. Katie, you have a chance here.
What was A again?
A was he saved one of the royals' lives when they were drowning. B was his service to the performing arts and to charity. Or D, he had a really spot-on impression of Christopher Walken.
I'm gonna say B.
Yes, services to the performing arts.
Well, there you go. It's
Wow.
one for Katie, and Katie controls the question. This is a really good chance for you.
Katie.
Okay.
Which distant relative did Benedict Cumberbatch play in the role in a movie?
Oh, great.
So he is playing someone that he is distant relative to.
Okay.
Was it A, King Richard III? B, Nandor the Relentless? C, Sherlock Holmes? Or D, Yosemite Sam?
I really hope it's A, although I want to say Nandor, but I know it's not right.
A is correct.
Woo!
Katie, you have 2 points. Braden has none. It's Braden's question.
Braden. What name did Benedict Cumberbatch originally use during the beginning of his acting career? Because he was told that Benedict Cumberbatch was, well, yes, a complicated name. So this was the name he used at the beginning of his career. Was it A, Benedict Carlton, B, Tor Johnson, C, Lincoln Hawk, or D, Marion Cobaretti? Marion Cobaretti.
I'm going to go with A.
Benedict Carlton is correct.
You finally got a point, Braden. You're hanging on by a thread, though, because Katie controls the question, and if she gets this one, she wins.
Katie, which musician did Benedict Cumberbatch sing with on stage during a concert?
Okay.
Was it A, Odorous Ungerus, B, Old Dirty Bastard, C, Ed Sheeran, or D, David Gilmour?
Oh, please be C.
Ed Sheeran? I'm sorry.
Dang it.
Oh,
I
incorrect.
just love him, so of course I'm
Braden,
gonna
you
go
have a
for
chance to tie the game now.
Do you need the answers again, Braden?
I want to go with C.
Well, that was Katie's answer, was C,
So
Ed
don't
Sheeran.
do
Oh,
that.
shoot.
So that would be bad.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's do B. Let's do B.
Old Dirty Bastard? I'm sorry.
Was it D?
David Gilmour.
Dang it.
All right. Braden,
where are we?
You control the question. It's 2-1 in favor of Katie. This is going to go on
Dear
for a
God,
bit.
this is, yes.
We got this.
All right, Braden?
We do.
Why didn't the BBC think that Benedict Cumberbatch was fit to play Sherlock Holmes? Was it A, he wasn't sexy enough? B, he wasn't British enough? C, he had a snake tattooed on his face, but that's before he had it removed.
Right.
Or D, he was on parole for bank robbery?
May I please hear A and B one more time?
A, he wasn't sexy enough, or B, he wasn't British enough?
B.
I'm terribly sorry. Yeah, it's not correct.
Okay.
Katie, you could win the game.
Please.
What was C again, really fast?
Oh, don't.
He had a snake tattooed on his face?
Okay,
Don't do
okay.
that.
It's A. I think it's A.
It is A.
Okay.
Yes, there you go. Katie wins. I'm so sorry, Braden. You don't get to go see Paramore. It's just...
Well, I mean, he
What?
tried his best.
I mean, let's face it, you were both stumped.
Yeah, I told you I didn't know anything about him, so why don't we give him the Paramore
I really
tickets?
don't.
Braden, you get the Paramore tickets then, I guess.
Wait, what are you doing for me though? What was your gift to me
Well,
here?
I had a couple options, and I think I'm going to do both of them. I'd like to donate to Planned Parenthood, and then I'd also like to patronize Moochie, because
Beautiful.
I really like that.
I
All good
appreciate
choices.
both of those.
All
right, we'll give you the Paramore tickets.
Hang
for
on
that.
the line, and we'll get your information. All right, Johnny.
Listen, I've got to go. I'm having lifts put into my shoes today.
Oh, good.
Have fun.
All right, 7:23. It's time now for Boner of the Day. 3 news stories. These will be examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior, and you will decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, April 24, 2023. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote, and one of you lucky random Boner voters will receive.
I can't buy it. Got to win it. Radio from Hell Boner T-shirt.
Number 1, I was just trying to ruin the mood, and it worked. A South Carolina man who still shares a home with his former wife was arrested early in the day after he cocked a firearm and tried to, quote, ruin the mood as his ex and her boyfriend were having the cess in a nearby bedroom. As alleged in an incident report, Alan Riggs began banging on the wall of the Myrtle Beach duplex upon hearing Joanne Wolfrey and her boyfriend having sex in the upstairs area of the house.
That's what you get when you live with your ex. This could happen.
Riggs and Wolfrey are ex-spouses for approximately 2 years. They lived together. In addition to hearing Riggs banging on the wall, the victim and her boyfriend then heard the racking sound of a firearm, and they stopped. Wolfrey said that when she later went downstairs, Mr. Riggs, gun in hand, threatened her life. When questioned by Myrtle Beach Police Department officers, Riggs reportedly said that he had become upset when he heard the couple having sex, banged on the wall to try to get them to quit. But when that method failed, he, quote, went to his car and got his gun, and I did it because I was trying to ruin the mood.
Well, it worked.
It did indeed ruin the mood. Police confiscated a 9mm pistol from Mr. Riggs, who was booked into the county jail. Boner candidate number 1. I was just trying to ruin the mood. And it worked. Boner candidate number 2. Poop bombs away. Largo, Maryland. Residents at one Prince Gregory County apartment complex have been tossing the dog poop over balconies.
What?
And it is apparently creating quite a mess below on these sidewalks.
Put it in the trash.
The discarding of the dog feces appears to be taking place in all the wrong areas. One resident at the Tapestry Largo station, who referred to reporters as the building's management company, said, when we have customers coming in there, there's dog poop all up and down the sideway. We've talked to the resident manager out there about it, and they just don't get it cleaned up. They've said they're going to put the guy who's up there doing it above our property. They're going to throw him out, but they haven't done anything about it. Davis said the residents have been dumping dog poop over their balconies, and it's landing on the awnings and then ultimately on the sidewalks. Jeez. It was all down doors and everything. I would go to the front door, and I'm just not going to put my hands on dog poop. The resident manager told Fox Station that tenants have been warned not to dump their dog feces over the balcony.
What's wrong with people?
But you'd think that that's something that you wouldn't have to tell people.
Well, and don't the people go down? Do they never leave their apartments? This doesn't affect them down on the street either.
Boner candidate number 2, poop bombs away.
Poop.
Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3, anti-Semitic attack on autistic teen.
All right, boner candidate number 3 coming up after this. Big boy news and a Penuendo brought to you by
The Stateroom Presents, bringing you live music memories. Don't miss Haley Hendricks Wednesday, April 26th at the Stateroom. Get tickets in the full lineup at thestateroompresents.com.
Thank you.
Disney's animated hit Lilo and Stitch. I guess I know why they do this, but Lilo and Stitch was a fine cartoon, a fine animated movie. Now they're doing a live-action version.
They're doing that for all of them.
They do it to make more money.
It has quite a following.
But reported casting decision has set off a new conversation about colorism in Hollywood. Some fans were disappointed after the Hollywood Reporter reported last week that Sydney Ogdong, I guess it is, Agudong, is set to play Nani, Lilo's overworked older sister and legal guardian. Born and raised in Hawaii, Ogdong is of mixed race. Though it's unclear if she has Hawaiian heritage, critics of the reported casting have focused on the issue of colorism. In the 2002 animated version, Nani has dark skin and distinctive indigenous features, while Ms. Odong, the live actress, is light-skinned. Hawaii has the largest proportion of multiracial people in the nation, and because of the history of colonialism on the islands, it's common for residents to be a combination of white, Asian, and native Hawaiian. That means that there are plenty of Hawaiians with lighter skin, and having lighter skin doesn't make a person less Hawaiian, said Onamasi O'Connor, who lives in Oahu and is black and Hawaiian.
And if you're drawing it, you can draw it any way you want.
Well, and if you're casting it, you can cast it any way you want. By choosing a light-skinned actor to play a character who originally had dark skin, Disney is reinforcing deep-rooted notions about what features are considered acceptable or beautiful in society, said Connor, Onamasi Connor. My issue with the casting is the fact that we live in a supremacist society that favors light skin. There's a picture at x96.com/live. The animated, the drawn character, obviously ethnic, darker skin, and then the actress that's been hired to play the live version, not so ethnic. But that's, I don't know if it's, I don't think it'll cause Disney a lot of problems, but.
They can't do anything right with these live-action movies before they hit the box office, and then once they hit the box office, everybody goes.
Yeah.
I'm tired of that story.
Yeah.
Carol
Because
Burnett.
they did the same thing with, Ariel's not black.
Yeah.
It's the same.
And it'll
yeah.
make a ton of money.
Yeah.
They're doing the same thing with the Peter Pan that's coming to Disney
Well, I
Plus
just won't
too,
do those stories anymore then. I mean, they're in the news, but I'll just ignore them. Carol Burnett may be turning 90, but she doesn't feel like it. I think I feel like I'm 11 inside, she told Page 6 exclusively in a new interview. Burnett is set to be feted with a TV special titled Carol Burnett, 90 Years of Laughter and Love, which was filmed last month but airs Wednesday, April 26th, her actual birthday, on NBC.
Love Carol Burnett.
I was gobsmacked by the evening. She said it was incredible. It's not a birthday party. It's not a roast. It's a variety show. Anytime I've seen her recently, she sure seems to be in tip-top condition.
Yeah.
So Ron DeSantis, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. You know that DeSantis, that means the saint. It does.
You'd think they'd point that out more often.
It does.
The saint of what?
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis got cheers from Utah Republican Party delegates as he gave a fiery red meat and potato speech pushing back on woke ideology. Listen to this. What an orator. Listen to this.
He's such a tool.
We will fight the woke in the legislature. We will fight the woke in the schools. We will fight the woke in the corporations. We will never, ever surrender to the woke mob. We've made the state of Florida a place where woke goes to die.
What does woke mean to you?
We have no choice because the left in this country is playing for keeps.
I hope so.
I don't-
Jeez, I don't feel like that.
What a fiery orator he is.
And whenever he's confronted, in a situation that he doesn't have control of. Like in this situation, he's very much
Sure.
in control. He's surrounded by all of the people who like and agree with him. But whenever he's in a situation that's not that way, you get to see what a real tool this guy is.
Utah lawmakers are planning to revisit how you pay for water. A major piece of legislation dealing with water use and conservation will return for a battle on Capitol Hill. Depending on how much water you use, you'll either have sticker shock or savings. For some institutions, a free ride could be coming to an end. Water rates, said Senate Revenue and Taxation Committee Chair Dan McKay. What a quotable line that is. That's how we're going to get more and more conservation for lots of users. Senator McKay is planning to revisit a controversial bill he tried to run last year, reworking property taxes to carve water use out of property taxes. Right now, you get a monthly water bill, but that only covers a small portion of the water you use. The bulk of it is subsidized in property taxes. The full cost of water is not found in our rates, and therefore the drive to consume continues. That's true. McKay is proposing to shift more of a user fee model for water use. The more you use, the more you pay. Seems logical, doesn't it?
Sure.
He believes it could force water conservation as Utah grapples with drought and shrinking Salt Lake.
I wish it would, because I have seen people watering. Like
already?
Mm-hmm. It will. It will.
The ground is soaking wet. You don't need to water till July.
If people pay for what they actually use, they'll conserve.
We need it.
For at least half a century, American Mormonism has seemed politically synonymous with the Republican Party.
Yeah.
But that's changing with the newest voters in the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. There is a seismic political shift happening with this generation. Ryan Burge, who teaches political science at Eastern Illinois University, writes in a recent online essay, younger Latter-day Saints are significantly less conservative than their older counterparts. Among retirement-age members, 70% say they're Republicans, that's retirees, 20% are Democrats, while among college-age crowds, just over half of them align with Republicans, 35% are Democrats. That's a pretty big gap. Both age groups see the Republicans as moving steadily rightward, the political scientist explains, but the average younger Mormon is notably more moderate today than they were in 2016, for instance. They also see the GOP and they see Donald Trump as moving younger voters away from the Republican Party.
Good. I'm fine with all of this.
Yep.
Donald Trump may be just scaring people away, young Mormons away. A recall was initiated after customers complained of a rubber-like material found in ground beef patties. According to the Department of Agriculture, the patties were produced by Weinstein Wholesale Meats. The recalled products were sold in 10.7-ounce vacuum-sealed packages, including 85% lean. The products subject to recall bear the number established 6987. And some of these patties are in Utah, I believe. So if you bought some ground beef patties that are in the...
Doesn't say what brand?
I'm just looking. It doesn't seem to say for some reason. It's some Weinstein Wholesale Meats. But I would assume there's a brand name.
Yeah.
It was produced in Illinois. That helps. But don't buy meat in blister packs. Don't do that. Just don't buy anything in blister packs if you can help it. Awful stuff. And then finally this. Kellogg's has teamed up with the Icy Company for the introduction of the coolest cereal in town with the debut of new Kellogg's Icy cereal.
That doesn't make any sense.
Inspired by Icy's popular cherry and blue raspberry flavors, the new cereal utilizes an innovative ingredient that cools your mouth as you eat it, imitating the familiar and refreshing first sip of an Icy. The new cereal innovation represents Kellogg's first summertime cereal to feature a cooling sensation.
It'll be like a menthol-y kind of,
No.
in order to get that?
No.
Gina, the more you say no, the more I say maybe this will be good.
I'll give it a try and let you know, Gina.
Why not?
Carrie's our cereal expert.
It says feel the freeze, and they're like I guess they're little balls.
Yeah, they're like crunch berries. They're kind of
Yeah.
but lighter, not as dense. And
feel the freeze. All right, that's it.
I'm currently recommending the Frosted Flakes strawberry milkshake flavor.
That kind of surprised you, didn't it?
It did. It's quite delicious. Weather, traffic.
Well, let's see. We have a chance of thunderstorms today. That afternoon is mainly when that's going to happen. About a 70% chance. High of 64 today, overnight low 36. Have a chance of some overnight showers. And tomorrow looks like there'll be a 40% chance of showers, high of 54. Traffic, we've had a really light commute. I just refreshed the UDOT website. There's still no accidents being reported there, and you haven't texted any in. So I'm going to say things are moving just swimmingly. If you see something, you can say something. And text us 33986. Toyota has 20 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. Visit your Utah Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places.
Back to our water story that you had there, Demetra in the chat room. Just passed by the golf course on 7th. They were watering.
Yeah, everything is soaking wet. There's no reason to be watering now.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Anti-Semitic attack on autistic teen. An autistic Jewish kid, a teenager, had a swastika carved on his back in a heartless anti-Semitic assault at his Las Vegas high school, with the FBI now prepared to jump into the unsolved case. The teen's distraught mother alerted authorities after her 17-year-old nonverbal son returned home from Clark High School on March 9 with a hate symbol etched on his back. The mom said her son's service dog equipment bag was also tampered with and she has pulled her son from the school. But because the school doesn't have surveillance cameras in classrooms, locker rooms, and bathrooms, the cruel culprits remain unnamed and unpunished. My son is the only student I know of who wears a kippah at the school, the mother said, referring to the type of yarmulke traditionally worn by Jewish men and boys. The mother, it's the little hat.
Yeah.
The mother and her son have not been identified. Meanwhile, the case unsolved nearly 2 months later. The FBI said it was ready to join the probe. We are aware of the incident and are in regular contact with local authorities. The anti-Semitic assault sparked outrage from the Israeli-American Council, which called it inhumane. Boner candidate number 3, anti-Semitic attack on autistic teen.
Let's review the first two and vote.
Boner candidate number 1 was, I was trying to ruin the mood, and it worked. A man who lived in the same house as his ex-wife was outraged that she was having sex with her boyfriend in another room, making a lot of noise, so he tried to ruin the mood by, going to the car and getting his gun. Boner candidate number 2, poop bombs away! Dog poop being tossed over the balconies at an apartment complex in Largo, Maryland by the laziest people in the world. And boner candidate number 3, anti-Semitic attack on autistic teen.
All right, there you go. You've got to decide, of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst. Which one deserves to be Boner of the Day for today, April 24, 2023? 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one that you think should win. Put that single digit in the message of a text, then text that to 33986. Or you can call Katie in the producer's booth. She'll take your live voice vote at 877-602-9696. Or you can go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner of the Day, April 24, 2023. Click and vote. If you don't see that box, refresh. It'll appear. Click and vote. You've only got 3 minutes to do it, so let's go. Coming up, Bill visited with Kyle this weekend, so we'll tell you about that. Also, Bill Frost telling us what's on TV coming up. Boner of the Day, 3 minutes. Vote. It's 7:45. Time to award Boner of the Day.
And it's brought to you in part by Pot Roast.
Oh.
And Gracie's Downtown, open daily for lunch and dinner, now serving brunch every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday until 3 p.m. Enjoy Gracie's award-winning heated patio, live music 4 nights a week. Gracie's is located at the corner of 3rd Southwest Temple. Must be 21 or older to enter.
No contest.
Yeah.
Didn't think there would be. I'm not even going to mention number 1 and number 2. Boner candidate number 3, the autistic attack, the anti-Semitic attack on an autistic teen, 297 votes, wins Boner of the Day.
Now, so you heard who won the Boner.
Yeah.
Because you're listening right now.
Yes.
Tune in just after 9 o'clock and play the Boner recap game. You've got you've got a lead here.
Yeah.
You already know who won, so the chances of you winning the prize are very, very good. What is the prize for just
Triggers and Slips tickets? They're coming to the stateroom. You must be 21 or older to win those tickets.
So that'll be coming up just after 9 o'clock. On the way, Bill Frost telling us what's on TV this week. Beat Gina is coming up. Got some geek news for you.
Mm-hmm. I got a Twitter message. Says, I think it just came last night. I think it is wonderful that Radio from Hell reads the correspondence from Kyle Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I wish these letters he sends would become a book to share and raise money to find treatments and someday a cure.
There you go.
I would buy multiple copies.
That's a
to
good
share.
idea.
Bravo, Bill, Carrie, Gina, prayer for peace and comfort, Kyle. I went to visit Kyle at his house on Saturday. He's not getting out a lot, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to go for a car ride with him a few weeks ago. He was still driving at that time, and I thought, well, that'd be interesting. Let's go for a car ride in his, what does he have? Like he says, a Fiero, I think, which is a weird car.
He's always been a car person. He's always bought and sold and gone to auctions.
So on Saturday afternoon, I drove to Kyle's place in, I guess it's Kaysville or somewhere right in there. And I find the house. He sent me the coordinates. I find the house, and there are like 18 cars parked around in the driveway and around. I said, so are any of these for sale? I think all of them are for sale. But lovely house. A big, I just saw the main floor, but big open space. I walk in, and Kyle looks great. He was sitting on like a divan or
a couch?
Not a couch, but like a big cushiony seat. And he was sitting there, and I said, "Oh, you look great." And he nods. You know, he doesn't look. Kyle never looked good to begin with.
Stop.
But he, but he looks the same, pretty much. But it's hard for him. He can't really talk. Now, Colleen, his wife, was there as well.
ALS, have we mentioned that's?
ALS is what, Kyle has ALS, which is fatal. And it's affected, I don't know, it always, the kind he has affected his speech immediately. And it just got worse and worse. I think some ALS patients, that doesn't affect their speech as badly as it has Kyle.
Over time it does.
Does it? But it's, as I said, he looks pretty much the same, a little kind of thinner, harder to eat. But I said, you look good. Do you, other than not being able to talk or move very well, is there any pain?
Yeah.
Any pain? And he said, no, not really painful. And frustrating, I said, and he said, and it, because, he can't, it's like he has he sends me texts and he sends letters on the computer, email. He has one finger that works, really. That's what he uses.
Those long letters that he...
Yeah.
That he writes for us, or one
finger, but I think you kind of get used to just doing it fast, and he's still working. He does a lot of work. He works from home on a computer for a company so he can still do that. But no pain. And I said, has it affected your cognitive abilities at all? And he said, no, not really. So that I mean, in a way, that's a. Although maybe you'd want it to be, maybe you'd like to not know what's going on at some point. He seems to be hanging in there, and Colleen was there, so she can understand a lot of what he says that I couldn't. I couldn't understand Kyle even when he didn't have ALS, but that was, you know.
But she speaks fluent Kyle now.
Yeah, pretty fluent. But even Colleen is like, Oh, and I met Colleen and Kyle's daughter. I mean, it's Colleen's daughter, Nina, I think. And she was just getting ready to go to prom. That was cute. It was cute. She's a really lovely girl, and she went and changed into her prom dress while I was there because her date was going to come and pick her up. And then he came and he's wearing like a blue jacket, and he was all and Colleen took photos of them and all of that. And I said, "Where's the prom?" And she said, "At the Capitol." So people have proms at the state Capitol. Yeah. I think the only prom I ever went to was in the gym.
No, they're always in fancy places now.
Okay, why? Well, I guess we own the Capitol, so I guess you could rent it.
Yeah, it's public.
Yeah,
property.
And
it's for pictures, Bill. You got to have the good pictures. You got to have a good backdrop.
And I said, "Where?" So then you're going out to dinner afterwards. Mm-hmm. Where are you going? Stanza. I said, "Oh yeah, nice. I know that. Yeah. I know that place." And she said, "I'm a picky eater. I think the only thing I saw on the menu I could have was lasagna." So, I said, "Here's what you do." I looked at the menu. Here's what you do. You order that Wagyu steak that's $48. He'll never ask out again. So as I was leaving, I guess our good friend Artie Fufkin had been to visit Kyle too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
And Artie's
I love Artie too,
and he's on our station again. He's on the weekends.
I don't know if he started yet.
I think he has. I think. Do you know, Katie? Did he start yet? You don't know?
I don't know if that was announced yet.
Yeah.
I think he started. But he stopped to see Kyle, and Artie's doing well as well. But as I was leaving, Kyle said something about Tuesday when we'd read his letter. Mm-hmm. And what time do we do that usually?
I have about now or 8.
Yeah, like right around in the
7. That's what Katie's saying. Is at 7.
It's at 7 or right around there. I have a hard time remembering. I just do it when I see it on the schedule. But Kyle said, "We're going to call or something," and Colleen said, "We are," and he said, he's got something planned that he didn't even tell her yet. For tomorrow. Something.
So we're not getting a letter from him?
Well, I don't know. I think it's going to be something on the telephone, which I don't. I can't quite picture what that might be. But Kyle, as we all know, has a weird, twisted mind, and he'll do something. He's got something planned for tomorrow. So. At the time when you normally hear Kyle Brown's letter,
be listening for
it might be
something else.
Special surprise.
Tomorrow, 7 a.m. It says, Katie says around 7, so it'll be something special. And anyway, and his wife is just terrific.
She's wonderful.
Really terrific person, and she's a massage therapist of not like a. It's like therapeutic massage, which we were.
She has a nursing background.
Yeah,
so she comes at it from a more medical.
Yeah. So we were talking about my back, and she said, "I could really help you with that."
I can fix that.
Well, she said, I maybe could, and I said, and I don't, I'm not a massage guy, but I said, okay.
When was the last time you had a massage?
I don't know as I've ever had a massage.
So how do you know you're not a massage guy?
Well, because I don't want to take off my clothes. I'm too embarrassed to take off.
They see all kinds of people, Bill.
I know
I know.
I know that's what they say. I only take off my clothes in front of other people if it's a doctor and I have to.
You need my blind masseuse.
Yeah.
Would you go to my blind masseuse?
No, but then they could feel the lumpiness.
Oh.
They could feel the lumpiness. They could.
What is this?
Yeah. Ooh. But she said, no, the kind of massage I would do, specifically on your back, and I have a bad leg from back surgery too. She said, you don't have to take off your clothes. And I went, oh, well, Okay. So I think I'm going to explore
It's like
that.
those airport massages where they have those chairs just out in the hallway.
No, it's not like that at all,
No?
Gina. No, Gina, she's a professional. She's not a chair you put a quarter in.
No. I mean the people give massages.
I know,
Having-
but it's different. And it's she works on like a lot of veterans who have injuries.
Mhm.
So
You're a radio veteran.
I am, and it's probably that's what caused my back to be horrible. So
You're blaming radio for your back?
no, it's actually hereditary.
All right. Traffic, please, Gina.
We got a multi-vehicle crash southbound I-15 in Springville. The HOV lane and both shoulders are blocked. A crash at the bottom of the exit ramp, 78 South and West Jordan. Both left turn lanes are blocked. Heading east, you'll need to use the 90th South exit from Bangor Highway if you have to go into West Jordan. And looks like that's about it. A couple friends of the program were sending in those same traffic highlights. Also, somebody says cops are out enforcing the speed limit all along Bangor this morning, so slow down if Bangor is part of your commute. That's traffic.
Thank you, KXRK Provo. We'll be right back. Bill Frost will be here to tell us what's on TV this week. We got Beat Gina coming up, some big boy news, all of that and more on the way. Stand by.
Radio from Hell is here for the social underdogs.
At 33986.
Right, as a sponsor, Gina.
Yes, CableTV.com is the place for expert reviews, recommendations, and resources for discovering the best cable, satellite streaming, and internet service near you. Maximize your entertainment with CableTV.com today.
Thank you.
Oh, look who's here. It's Bill Frost. He's here to talk about what's on TV. Bill is a writer. He writes about television for City Weekly. He's a podcaster about television, and that's you find that on podcast.
Yeah.
Wherever podcasts are.
On the podcast machine.
Yeah, TV Tan. You put a quarter in there.
Yeah.
You say, TV Tan. You put a quarter in and up it pops.
Yeah.
And then he's a musician. Magda Vega is the band, and you can find all of that stuff where?
Yeah, you can find it at billfrost.tv.
Okay.
John Mulaney.
Yes.
He's back with a new stand-up special tomorrow.
Funny guy.
Is he making fun of his drug problem?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He'll be addressing that.
Oh, speaking of stand-up specials.
Yeah?
I watched the Alex Borstein.
Oh, yeah? How'd you like that?
She's very talented and weird. Some of it is very
You
odd.
mean that in a good way? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was highly entertained. She talked about her genitals an awful lot.
Ah.
Okay.
Okay.
But she's got ideas.
Okay.
And it was good.
Yeah, so John Mulaney is called Baby J. Premieres tomorrow. Wednesday, it's been almost 2 years. Aquafina is Nora from Queens. Finally back on Comedy
Funny
Central.
show.
Very funny show, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, so she's now a contestant on a reality TV show, a survivalist, like a Survivor type show.
Okay.
A drama on Wednesday on Hulu, Saint X. It's about the murder of an American college student in the Caribbean. It's a murder mystery.
All right.
And it sort of happens in different
Based
timelines.
on real events? Or
Does not say here, but I would not be surprised if it is.
Lord knows there's plenty of them.
Yeah.
Plenty of examples.
Also on Wednesday, season 7, Working Moms, final season. This is a Canadian import.
Carrie's played some
It's a funny
stuff.
show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Catherine Reitman, daughter of Ivan Reitman.
Ivan Reitman.
Yeah, Ghostbusters. She stars, writes, produces this thing. And she tried to get it made in America. She stopped at pretty much every network in America, and they said, nope. No one can relate to Working Moms, basically.
We don't have those in America.
Those aren't a thing.
Yeah, so someone told her, it's like, well, you're Canadian. Take it to Canada.
Go to Canada.
And they picked it up right away. You mentioned this earlier on Wednesday. Carol Burnett, 90 Years of Laughter and Love on NBC on Wednesday. The guest list is, as you would imagine, just crazy.
Harvey Korman?
Is Vicki Lawrence the only one that's still alive?
Lyle Wagner? No.
Isn't Lyle still alive?
Lyle Wagner's still alive.
Does he count, though?
Yeah, you don't have Dorff, and you don't have Harvey Korman. So
Sorry.
Most everybody else will be
Lyle's
there.
dead.
Is Lyle no longer with us?
Yeah.
Vicki Lawrence, then.
I guess it's Vicky.
Too bad.
Yeah. On
Mrs. Hoovigans.
on Thursday, on HBO Max, the story of a Texas housewife in 1980 who murdered her friend and neighbor. This was done last year on Hulu under the name Candy.
That was with
The story
Jessica
of-
Biel.
Yeah,
Oh.
the story of Candy Montgomery.
Yeah.
Now here's another one, another take on that story. This one from David E. Kelly,
Okay.
starring Elizabeth Olsen as the main
Oh,
character.
yeah. No, I saw. Yeah.
And this has that guy you like, Bill. Mr.
Enrico Intellione?
No, Mr.
Jesse Plemons.
Yeah, him.
Oh, Jesse Plemons.
Jesse Plemons.
Yeah. Also in here are Lily Rabe from American Horror Story.
It looks like they used the same sets. Even. I mean,
It's weird. I don't know why they redid this. Unless the first one was so terrible.
It wasn't. It was actually pretty good.
It was okay.
So-
Yeah.
Also in here are Kristen Ritter, Patrick Fugit, and Elizabeth Marvel.
Oh, Utah's
of
own
people.
Patrick?
Season 2 of Sweet Tooth drops on Netflix on Thursday.
Yay.
Really?
Yeah. You sound surprised.
Too long. That's just too
It was a long
ago.
time.
And Gina, you probably know about this already. Season 2, Part 2 of Firefly Lane
Of
on Netflix.
course.
Yeah.
It's women of a certain age. Flashback.
Which age is that?
Well, it's like my growing up in the 80s flash. Right? I'm not
Yeah,
explaining
it's
that
Katherine Heigl and
Yeah.
Sarah Chalk. They're lifelong best friends.
Utah's own Katherine Heigl.
Yes.
So, well, what's the show about?
It's about them over the years and their ups and downs of their relationship.
And it'll flash back to their teen years.
Yeah, but I'd have to watch Katherine Heigl.
Yes.
True. Yes. Sorry. Not my favorite late night show. Actually, it's way down. It's at the bottom of the list. Late Show with James
Is it
Corden ends
finally
on
done?
Thursday. Yeah.
The only thing I like I like carpool karaoke. Those are amusing. But as far as like his show, I don't care for it.
Yeah, there's gonna be a primetime special, the last late show with James Corden.
And he's moving back to England, right?
I guess so. Yeah.
Good. Get out.
Good riddance.
Go.
And then what are they putting in his place? Some kind of
They
game
are
show?
doing
or?
a reboot of At Midnight from Comedy Central.
Oh, good.
And it's a game, right?
It's sort of a game show.
It's disguised as a game show.
Oh,
yeah.
You know, it's three comedians and the host, and they sit and they make fun of things that happen in the news, and whoever makes the best joke gets the most points,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
completely arbitrary. So
It's wait, don't tell me.
Yeah.
Pretty
Kinda?
much, yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Chris Hardwick will be involved this time around, though. Friday, a new sci-fi thriller series called Citadel premieres on Prime Video. They spent almost as much money on this as they did on The Lord of the Rings.
Really?
Starring Priyanka Chopra Jonas. Want to get that right? It's sort of a futuristic thriller where there's this group called Citadel who are charged with battling evil around the world, and then their evil counterpart Manticore.
Manticore.
Yeah.
So it's Get Smart.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's just call it that.
Where's Manticore from?
You're thinking of the tiger, Manticore.
Is that? Well,
Yeah,
maybe
that's-
so.
that's where-
Yeah.
Maybe
That's
it is
where you're going.
Manticore. Stanley Tucci is also in this.
Oh, well, okay.
He's the head of the Citadel.
All right. I'll give that a look.
And you were also talking about live action Disney remakes earlier. Peter Pan and Wendy on Disney Plus on Friday. Starring people, I don't know who the kids are. I didn't recognize their name, but you have Jude Law, Jim Gaffigan, Alan Tudyk, Molly Parker are in this.
That's all good.
Yeah, yeah.
So that
is
Saturday?
on Friday on
Or
Disney
Friday?
Plus.
Okay.
And Sunday, Paramount Plus, you're a repeat offender of reboots we may or may not really need, but we own the property, so we can.
Got it.
Fatal Attraction, the series.
The series.
Yes.
So he's just going to cheat on her every week for months and
No,
months?
They just draw it out.
It's Joshua Jackson as the dude, and Lizzie Kaplan in the Glenn Close role.
And I like that casting
yes.
because she's very good.
You mean somebody who's actually sexy?
Yeah, yeah. And Amanda Peet in the
mom,
the wife role. Yeah. And what this is it takes the original story and then it eventually evolves into a murder mystery.
Oh.
It's not just a revenge tale.
Okay.
It's also a murder mystery.
And I predict that what you'll have a different cast every season if this succeeds.
Yeah.
That would be
an anthology.
That would be my
It'll be-
prediction.
because-
I don't know that
because
but
people cheat in lots of different ways. And
exactly.
We can show you.
We sure do. This season we can do this.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'll get two episodes of I think 8 on that on Sunday.
8 is plenty.
8 is, as we say
8
on the
is enough.
TV10 podcast, 8 is the new 10, and 10 was the new 13, and so on and so on. Yeah, the seasons are getting shorter and shorter.
I've
Which is fine with me.
I've been watching Mrs. Davis.
Oh yeah,
That's odd.
it's a lot. Yeah,
Yeah, but good.
If you have not seen it, and if you have the Roku channel, I would highly recommend checking out this series Slip we talked about last week, starring Zoe Lister-Jones, who created, wrote, starred in, produced the whole thing. It's about a woman jumping through different alternate realities of versions of her life, where she's in relationships with different people, and she's trying to get back to her original reality. And it's funny. It's a little bit touching. It's just really well done.
How do you have the Roku channel? Do you have to have a Roku device?
It's on some non-Roku devices.
Okay.
Like Amazon Fire TV.
Because everything's complicated.
Yeah.
Is it on Google TV?
It might be.
All right, I'll check.
Yeah.
Just talk into your remote, and it will take you
Find me the Roku
anywhere
channel.
you need to
Yeah, it's, sometimes it does, and sometimes it takes me to sort of where I need to go, but an episode that I saw a year ago.
Oh.
Finished Picard season 3.
Oh yes.
You have no notes?
No notes. Pretty happy. Pretty happy with it. Catching up on Barry. It's so good.
Yep.
and Perry Mason.
Oh, I keep meaning to go back to Perry Mason.
Season 2 has been great. Very good.
Except, I started watching this weekend with my son from the beginning, Deadwood.
Oh, really?
I had not.
That's one I want to go back
had not
and do,
rewatched it ever, and I'm watching it going, this is really too good.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
Has
mainly
he ever
the
seen
acting.
it?
Yeah.
No, I said, this is the first time. He said, oh, this is the third time I've watched
Oh,
it. Okay. Yeah, the acting is just
so good. The writing is so good.
Just
the
top,
acting
man.
is so
Yeah, I've been watching this Kiefer Sutherland series, Rabbit Hole, from week to week on Paramount Plus, thinking something's got to happen sometime.
Will it?
It finally did on yesterday's episode.
How many episodes in?
6, I
That's
think.
too
Finally,
many.
something
That's
happened.
too many.
I would have given up at 3.
Yeah, things finally started happening.
Who do you work for? All
right.
This goes higher than we know.
Yelling it down a rabbit hole.
Yep,
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, a lot of yelling.
Thank you, Bill Froh.
Thanks.
Traffic.
The crash at the bottom of the exit ramp 78 South in West Jordan. Both left turn lanes are blocked heading east. Multiple vehicle crash in Springville. The HOV lane and both shoulders are blocked there. And that's all that UDOT's telling me about. Perhaps you have something to add to the situation. You can text us 33986.
Beat Gina is coming up after these messages and a song. We've got a fine prize for you to win today if you beat Gina.
Smashing Pumpkins tickets.
That's nice. Beat Gina, Smashing Pumpkins tickets. It's pop culture trivia. 877-602-9696. Line up to play when you want, but I would do it sooner rather than later. Stand by. We know that you don't like...
You know what they love more than a list?
What's that?
The dueling list.
What do you mean a dueling list?
Well,
I was just gonna do here these 5 health food buzzwords that are misleading.
Misleading buzzwords?
Well, I have 7 reasons why hotel sex can be very exciting.
Oh, dueling lists.
It's Radio from Hell with another list.
All right.
Because people love a good list. X96.
All right.
If you think your list is so tough, Gina, you go first.
Number 1, reasons why hotel sex can be very exciting.
All right.
Number 1, breaks the monotony. Nothing damages sex life more than monotony, and experts suggest trying something new whenever people feel their sex life lacks luster. Having sex in a hotel room can help couples overcome their boredom of a regular sex life.
Oh, yeah? Number 1, health food buzzword that's misleading.
Okay.
Lightly sweetened. Light is not an industry-regulated term, so any amount of sugar can be deemed light. One place you can spot...
Hey.
Lightly sweetened. Light is not an industry-regulated term, so any amount of sugar can be deemed light. One place you can spot this term is on cereal boxes. Lightly sweetened indeed. Lightly sweetened cereal with blueberries, 13 grams of sugar. It's a lie and it's misleading.
Gina?
Open to trying new things. Reasons why hotel sex can be very exciting. When people have sex repeatedly in the same place like their bedroom, they get used to doing things a certain way. But a new place encourages couples to try new things. Having sex in a hotel room can inspire couples to be adventurous. Try new positions. It can make it very exciting.
Oh, yeah? Number 2 health food buzzwords that's misleading. Uncured meat. Cured meats, like bacon and sausage, they've long had a bad rep for containing nitrites, a food preservative that's been linked to cancer. So logic follows that meats labeled uncured wouldn't carry that risk. Well, you're wrong. According to a 2015 Ohio State University study, such labeling the study concluded is unusual, confusing, and technically incorrect. That's number 2, uncured meat.
Number 3, reasons why hotel sex is exciting. Free from responsibilities. You don't have to do laundry. There's no dishes to do. The kids aren't there.
Somebody's got to do that. Somebody's got to do that laundry, though.
That's nothing.
Free from responsibility.
Number 3, made with real fruit. That label makes me laugh. It's a sure sign that there's little or no fruit in it at all. And whatever fruit there is processed beyond recognition. To avoid being duped, look at the food's ingredients. They're listed in order by greatest amount to least. Where does real fruit appear in the list? It isn't near the top of the list. That's all I'm saying. That's number 3.
Forbidden can be exciting. According to experts, sometimes a little amount of guilty feeling can make the experience of having sex very exciting. And if you feel guilt having sex in a place outside of the 4 walls of your bedroom, like a hotel room, it can be a very exciting experience.
You know what?
What?
Number 4 on this list, all natural. Just like lightly sweetened, the word natural is an unregulated term, which is why so many companies have overused it. By one company's definition, chocolate hazelnut spread earned the natural label because it was made with real nuts and chocolate, even though it's essentially a jar full of sugar.
What number are we?
This is number 5, and I only have 5, so that's as far as you can go.
So that's it?
Oh, one more. Give me a knockout punch, because I don't think you're winning so far.
Okay. Sex is more enjoyable when you're relaxed.
Ugh.
You can order food to the room.
Well, yeah.
You don't have to leave. It has everything you want.
You can order
there.
food to the room and then have sex with it.
Oh, yeah?
You can't do that at home.
Oh, yeah?
Sex in a hotel is very exciting.
It's a 3 sandwich day.
No help. No help, Carrie.
Sorry.
This is our fight. And mine, here's the knockout punch.
Okay.
5 health food buzzwords that are misleading. Gluten-free. I'm amused by gluten-free on products. Never had any wheat in them to begin with. And that's where gluten comes from.
Oh.
Gluten-free, they put it on things that don't have gluten anyway. Gluten-free, it's just a lie. Wheat, it doesn't mean that it's healthy either if it's gluten-free.
Well,
oh man.
If you have to ask me to declare a winner, I declare we're all winners because it's dueling lists.
We hope you'd enjoyed another list with Radio from Hell on X96.
It's time for Beat Gina, a game that's simple to play, and so it's a game perfect for the simple. And all you have to do is simply call or play along at home. I'm your announcer, Johnny Ola, with news of an incredible new home exercise device. Introducing Vigor's Horse Action Saddle Machine. Now you can have horse exercise at home.
I would do this.
Vigor's Horse Action Saddle has been personally ordered by Her Royal Highness, the Princess of Wales.
Wow.
Her Excellency, the Countess of Aberdeen, writes, "Oh, the horse action saddle has given me complete satisfaction. This unique substitute for horse riding promotes health in the same degree that horse riding does."
Is it like this?
It invigorates the system by bringing all of the vital organs into inspiriting action. It acts directly upon the circulation and prevents stagnation of the liver. This device can be adjusted to trot, to canter, and to gallop. Dr. George Fleming says, "This is the perfect substitute for a live horse."
Is it?
For particulars and testimonials, please inquire at Vigor & Company, Baker Street, London. At home, horse saddles currently on back order since 1890.
Oh, I need this. Back order since 1890.
And now, let me introduce a man who acts directly on my circulation and invigorates any system. Your host, Kerry Jackson.
Oh, thank you, Johnny Ola.
You're welcome.
I don't think it is an
No,
actual
it's
substitute for
not.
a horse. No, I
Is it
could
trotting?
be wrong.
I'm just reading the copy.
I understand.
And it's perfect for women. It says it
I'm
stimulates
sure it
them.
is. Stimulating, yes. Let's see. The randomizer has chosen the contestant. It is Elena. Hello, Elena.
Hello. How are
Hi. Well, just fine. We're going to toss a coin to see who goes first. It will give you an advantage in the game. Heads or tails, Elena? Call it.
Tails.
Coin toss app says tails, Gina Barberi.
Elena, you're one step closer to winning these tickets to see Smashing Pumpkins with special guest Stone Temple Pilots at USANA Amphitheater on August 1st.
Now, if Gina manages to beat you, what are you prepared to do in her name, Elena?
I will do a $100 donation to the Huntsman Cancer Institute.
Well, that's
You are a
very
nice person,
All right,
Elena.
but you won the coin toss, so that means you go first, Elena. That means this question is for you to answer exclusively. It's multiple choice. If you get it correct, you get the point. If not, I'll allow Gina to steal that point away from you with a correct answer, and we'll go back and forth until one of you has 3 points. Here we go, Elena, because I had plenty of leftover James McAvoy trivia, because it was a sweep. I'm going to use those up from last
all
week.
right.
So James McAvoy trivia, Elena, here we go. Let's begin. What did James do to secure a career in Hollywood? Elena, was it 1, he learned to play golf because most deals happen on the golf course? Was it 2, he masked his Glaswegian accent, often convincing everyone that he was English? Was it 3, sold his soul to the satanic cabal because, well, Hollywood?
That's how you do things, yeah.
Or 4, learned how to spell Spielberg?
I'm not super versed in James McAvoy, but I'm going to go with B. Boy.
He masked his accents.
All right, that's a point for Elena. Gina's turn.
Gina, remember the movie Split?
Yes.
Where he had
Different
24 personalities. Which character of the 24 personalities was his favorite to play?
Okay.
Was it 1, the Beast, the final identity? 2, Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter from the Daily Planet? 3, Matt Murdock, blind lawyer from Hell's Kitchen? Or 4, Miss Patricia, a controlling matriarch? And Hedwig, the 9-year-old boy?
Oh, I don't know. The Beast. No, it wasn't the Beast. I knew it.
Johnny, I need a ruling.
I'm sorry, she's wrong. Elena gets a chance to steal.
All right, Elena, go ahead.
Okay, can you tell me the 3 that are left?
The 3 that are left are Clark Kent, mild-mannered reporter from the Daily Planet newspaper. 3, Matt Murdock, blind lawyer from Hell's Kitchen. Or 4, Miss Patricia, a controlling matriarch, and Hedwig, the 9-year-old boy.
I honestly have no idea, so I'm going to go with the blind lawyer.
Really? You're not familiar with the Marvel character Daredevil, I guess. Okay.
Well.
No.
Sorry.
Elena, it's 1-0 in your favor, and it is your point to go for now.
All right, Elena, What creature does James McAvoy play in the Chronicles of Narnia? Yeah, he's in it. Is it 1, the mighty monarch, a.k.a. Malcolm Fitzcarraldo? 2, a faun named Mr. Tumnus? 3, Mr. Beaver, a.k.a. He Beaver? Or 4, Bungo Baggins, Bilbo's father?
Mr. Tumnus.
That's correct.
I knew that one too, Elena.
It's 2-0. Gina's turn.
Gina?
Okay.
When James first met M. Night Shyamalan, the director of Split, James was what? So 1, naked. 2, serving on a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. 3, drunk. Or 4, tripping on a hole in a paper heart.
Oh, you didn't even know we were going to be doing Stone Temple Pilots trip for the, but
Huh?
it's not that one.
No, it's not that one.
1? Is he naked?
He was not naked.
Elena, you have a chance to steal and perhaps win the game 3-0.
Okay, so B was the missionary, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to go with C.
Drunk is correct.
And Elena wins the game in a convincing fashion.
I'll say.
Nicely done, Elena. Nicely done. You get those tickets to whatever it is.
Smashing Pumpkin.
With Stone Temple Pilots.
With Stone
who
Temple
have a
Pilots.
song called Tripping on a Hole in a Paper Heart.
There
You
you go.
didn't even
Completely
know
a coincidence.
Yeah.
All right, Elena, hang on, and somebody will tell you how to get those tickets, all right?
Hang on.
Listen, it's time for me to saddle up and giddy up out of here.
Giddy up. All right, it's time for Big Boy News and Opinioendo, brought to you by...
Take a visual trip while listening to some of your favorite rock bands at Clark Planetarium. Cosmic light shows play in the Hanson Dome Theater every Friday and Saturday night. Visit clarkplanetarium.org for tickets.
This, well, Belgium, the country Belgium,
yes,
a customs department, has crushed over 2,000 cans of Miller High Life beer.
I love this story, by the way.
After a trade body requested the action as part of its effort to protect producers of wine from the Champagne region of France. Now, for 100 years, Miller High Life has had their slogan on their cans, the champagne of bottled beers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Champagne region of France, maybe they just became aware of this.
Wait a minute.
Maybe this
Have
is
you seen this?
No, see, that's why Miller has not been allowed there.
This is the first time
This
it's
was
been-
being snuck in.
It's the first time
Oh,
it's been.
really?
It's the first time they've actually seen it in country.
It's sort of a Belgium Smokey and the Bandit.
The group says the slogan negatively impacts productions put in place for champagne origin designation.
Nobody is
No, they're not.
confusing Miller
Nobody's
High
gonna go,
Life and
this tastes like
champagne."
champagne. No, it's meant to be a favorable comparison to the Champagne region.
We're
It
paying
is-
you a compliment.
It's the champagne of bottled beers. It's not champagne. It's beer. But, I don't. But no, they're got.
I
they're
love
gonna
this story.
2,000 cans.
So rather than just send it back, they have to destroy
Of
it?
course we do. We recycle the aluminum.
They might try to sneak it back into the country if we don't destroy it. I don't.
I love this story.
I just don't get it sometimes. I understand you want to protect your brand. I understand that. But at some point, don't you have to say, oh, no, it'd be kind of silly if we did that. Anyway, Elon Musk and Stephen King, they've been having at it a little bit.
Yeah, here's the new thing with Elon is how he disses you is by giving you your blue check mark even if you don't want it. That's how he's getting
He
back.
hit back at Stephen King after King challenged him to donate to Ukraine and complained about having a blue check mark on the platform despite not having purchased one. I think Mr. Musk should give my blue check mark to charity, King tweeted. I recommend that the Pritula Foundation, which, that's the Ukraine charity, which provides life-saving services in Ukraine. It's only $8, so perhaps Mr. Musk could add just a little bit more to that. King's tweet to Musk came after he claimed that he retained his blue check mark even without subscribing to the platform's blue check service, which now costs $8 a month. My Twitter account says I've subscribed to Twitter Blue, King says. Well, I haven't. My Twitter account says I've given a phone number. I haven't. Musk replied to King's Ukraine post directly, tweeting, I've donated $100 million to Ukraine. How much have you donated? What a child.
Yes.
He's doing it to celebrities who, first of all, said that they wouldn't pay.
Mm-hmm.
And secondly...
Which is most of them.
Yeah. People with over, 1 million followers, is it?
Yeah.
And so that means a lot of dead people.
Yeah, that was. I almost made that. I almost made that a boner candidate.
Yeah, like Pele.
Okay.
Pele got a blue check. Yeah. He didn't submit a phone number, did he?
Sugar House Park is going to be closed to cars starting. I guess it's this weekend.
Happened, yeah.
It says here this weekend. Mm-hmm. I guess the story came out on the 21st.
It's too floody.
Flooded. The pond.
Now, I saw the park was full of people yesterday, but you couldn't drive there. You
had to boat into it.
Yeah.
The pond in the park could rise as high as 4 feet. I guess it did this weekend. City Public Works predicts the entire park will be closed to vehicles starting Saturday. Yep. The park will be open to walkers, runners, and bikers, but the city wants people to avoid standing water that could appear. Oh, and I don't have it right in front of me, but there was that controversy over whether they were going to build a gas station and convenience store on the corner there by Sugar House Park,
where the Sizzler was,
where the Sizzler used to be, and it was going to be the Come and Go convenience store. And I read this morning that Maverick has purchased, I guess, all of the Come and Go stores in the country to expand their footprint out even further east.
So is that going to be a Maverick now?
No, they won't. They still won't approve it.
That was my question: is will they change the name to Maverick, or will
will
they just be Maverick and Come and Go?
I think Come and Go has a fairly
loyal,
solid reputation. I would think they'd leave it.
My guess is that they will.
It's like Piggly Wiggly.
I guess it's like that, sure.
We don't have those
or
here.
It's like Public.
Or
any number
but it's funnier to say
it's like
Piggly
White
Wiggly.
Castle. It's like any number of things we don't have here.
No, the more accurate comparison would be the Carl's Jr.
Hardee's.
Yes. Comparison.
Let's see. A recent report from Fox found Utah families are carrying nearly $1.8 million in school lunch debt.
That should all be paid for.
Yes.
At Governor Spencer Cox's monthly news conference, news anchor John Franchi asked if there's a desire in Utah to emulate other states that provide no-cost meals at school.
Was it Minnesota?
There's a couple of states that have done this now.
To all students, regardless of their ability to pay. I saw the story, Governor Cox said. Obviously, it's something I'm interested in. We never want kids to go hungry. That's the most important piece of this. I'm always interested in making sure that we have enough to help our families who are on the margin, and if that's not happening, then I think we should step in and help wherever we can. The governor praised the effort of community groups that are working to collect donations to offset the costs for families that face a financial burden and can't pay because God knows the state doesn't have enough money. He stopped short of saying he would support a universal free lunch program. Quote, I don't think we should rely on the government to solve all of our problems, Cox said. If there's a way to do it that without government intervention, I think we should do that. If there's not, then I would be willing to support in those cases where it is needed. If it's just well-to-do parents that just aren't paying, well, then I feel differently. Well, what do you feel exactly? How do you feel about it? Or would you rather describe everything from both sides of the fence like you always do?
We have a huge surplus in our coffers here in the state. So much so that that's what they said. We're going to cut taxes, which for most of us is like $20. And I'm sure most people would say, please take my $20 and put it toward a school lunch program.
Well, that's what these private groups are trying.
A couple of things. Spencer will decide how he feels about this as soon as he's told by somebody in authority. Secondly, it is the right thing to do, but let's look at it this way. By law, the kids have to be there, right? Maybe we should pay for their lunch.
Yes. Take my $20 and...
God.
Do you have a gift card to Bed Bath & Beyond by any chance?
I do not.
If you do, you better use it quick. The beleaguered, as they put it here, company filed for bankruptcy protection. And it
Aren't
says
you
here,
running low on Beyond? You better go get some of that.
following years of dismal sales, they made the filing on Sunday. All of the stores they're going to close them all, it looks like.
Yep.
While seeking a buyer for some or all of its business. For now, the company's 360 Bed Bath & Beyond stores and its 120 Buy Baby sites, as well as its websites, will remain open to serve customers. If you have gift cards, there's a deadline where you have to use them. So check with your Bed Bath & Beyond. I remember the last time, and that's part of the problem, that
Bill, this is your fault.
I don't remember the last time I stepped into a Bed Bath & Beyond, and I'm sure that I'm not alone. Let's see, you got a sledgehammer around your house, or as some people call them, a sludge hammer?
I have a big rubber mallet, but not a sledgehammer.
If you've got a sledgehammer made by Stanley or Black & Decker or DeWalt, or maybe even a Craftsman, they're recalling them.
Are they?
Yeah. What can go wrong with a sledgehammer, you would think?
The one thing.
The top can come off?
The big weighted, the sledge part.
Yep. 192 reports of the sledgehammer detaching from the handle.
Wow.
And there have been 2 reports of faulty sledgehammers causing injuries to the head and face of the users.
Yeah, that could go wrong.
25 various models are being impacted by the recall. The recalled sledgehammers weigh between 2 pounds and 12 pounds and range between 14 inches and 36 inches in length.
I mean, I own an Acme version, but it's expected that happens.
And some nudists in Austria are upset. They're opposing plans. It says nudists are up in arms about a plan for a cable car that would pass over a popular nude beach on the northern edge of Vienna.
If you're a nudist, why do you care?
The country's Austria press agency on Friday quoted nudist Barbara Huisgel saying she feared for her privacy if cable cars users with cell phone cameras are allowed to swoop across the area. So they want to stop this cable car.
Put some clothes on, Barbara.
We were naked here first. Okay? We were naked here first.
Sports, weather, traffic.
I haven't watched this show, and I should. I'm sure Katie watches it. Welcome to Wrexham.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, you love it? So Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney are living out a real-life Ted Lasso. They bought this team, this down-and-out club in this small town in Wales, and they got good. They showed what can happen when you put some money and some time and get the right people in there. They've been promoted, which is amazing. They're one tier away from being in the Premier League.
Oh, well, there you go.
So they've moved up, and it's very exciting. And if you follow Ryan Reynolds on social media, there's some really cute video of them being excited and celebrating, and it's nice.
I like cute video of our celebrities being excited.
Is it? Well, there's cute video. I don't know how cute it is of Pete Davidson pushing a Knicks fan after the Cavs game.
What happened there? I saw something about that. But
So, I mean, you kind of can't blame him. A guy put his arm around him, like
we're buddies.
Yeah, and Pete's like, "Hey, what? Get away from me!" kind of thing.
I'd push him away too.
The Knicks won that game, by the way, 103-92. But so there's cute video and not cute sports video. There's your sports for now.
Right.
Weather. Warm today, 64 for a high, but it is going to be a chance of showers. About a 50% chance of showers and thunderstorm, mainly afternoon. And that continues overnight tonight into tomorrow. About a 40% chance overnight tonight into Tuesday. 54 tomorrow, so it'll cool off a little bit. And then we gradually warm back up. We'll be back up, back up. Have we been in the 70s yet? It might be our first 70s on Thursday, it looks like.
All right.
Traffic, let me refresh this, see if anything news happened. We've had a fairly good commute this morning, not a lot of issues to tell you about. Crash northbound I-15 at SR-92 exit in Utah County, that's milepost 284. And crash northbound State Street 33rd South in South Salt Lake. Left lanes are closed, westbound lane there is closed. And looks like that's it. And you haven't sent anything in via text except for lots of speed traps on Bangor this morning. We've heard from a couple different people saying that. So slow down on Bangor. That's traffic.
Thank you very much. We will take a break. We will be back with some geek news for you. Stand by for that. And don't forget, just after 9 o'clock, it's the Boner Recap. If you know who won the Boner this morning, you could win a fabulous prize. Stand by. We'll tell you more about that coming up.
It's often said that people of Utah speak a language all their own. It's a language that's often confusing and even incomprehensible to newcomers here in the Beehive State. So, Radio from Hell presents a handy guide to help everyone understand how the natives speak. It's the Utah word of the day, and today's word is...
July. July, July. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the mayor of Mona, Utah, Don Criddle, here with his son, Denver Criddle. Be listening for the word July. Mayor Criddle?
Thanks very much, ma'am. No, please, everybody, hold your applause. Please, all of you be seated. You are all too kind, and I appreciate your kind welcome. But, folks, it's true that I am the mayor of Mona, Utah, but I'm just a man. So I'm going to have to assume that your adulation is for the office and not for me, the mayor, Don Criddle. So all, please be seated, have a seat, and we'll get on with this press conference.
Are you okay, Daddy?
What do you mean, Denver?
Are you feeling sick or overheated or anything like that? Hey, do you have a copper taste in your mouth?
No, I don't. What are you...
Well, them's the signs of someone who's having a stroke. And I figured that you might be what's going on with you, Daddy, because there ain't nobody here but you and me.
What? I do not understand. I came here to cut the ribbon officially, declare the opening of the Current Creek Power Plant. This is a great day for our city, Mona, Utah.
But, Daddy...
Hey, with its two 80-foot stacks, Current Creek stands out in this town of roughly 700 people. It will increase a stagnant tax base from sales tax revenues stemming from energy sales, as well as property taxes.
But Daddy, you...
The plant employs 24 people full-time, Denver, but 400 construction workers remain on-site working on the second phase that's expected to be finished by April of 2006.
Okay, Daddy, please listen to me.
The second phase will convert the plant from a 280-megawatt simple cycle system to a combined cycle plant capable of generating 525 megawatts of electricity to power 20... What?
Daddy, the plant has been open since 2005. That was the speech you gave back then.
What? What do you... Denver, I'll tell you what. July to me and I'll tan your hide.
Daddy, calm down. Now take a look around.
July and I'll give you what Patty gave the drum.
Ain't nobody... What Patty gave the drum? I don't get that.
He gave that drum a good beat in July to me, and that's you'll get what the drum got.
Daddy, you see anybody here but you and me?
Well...
No, I didn't think so. But it's okay, Daddy. I know you've been working kind of hard.
Well, yeah. And it is so dang hot, and it seems like I've been sucking on a penny or something.
Now, don't. Why don't you and me just go... Let's go cool off. Let's go to the swimming hole at the Burriston Ponds. Some of them girls in bikinis that you like will be there.
Well, okay. I could use a break, but you lie to me about them bikinis, Denver, and I'll knock you into next week.
Join us again some other time as we examine how the Utah natives speak with the Utah word of the day.
8:48. We got the Boner recap on the way. Stand by for that. Let's see. Is this a sponsored feature, Gina?
Yes, the newest Magic the Gathering set, March of the Machines, is here, featuring booster packs, booster boxes, bundles, decks, singles, all available. Go to HasterGames.com.
Okay. For Geek News, I try to find things for you to look at while you're at work, because you don't work at work. You just like to watch videos at work. And so I found a couple of items for you. First of all, we thought we saw the last of the Venture Brothers.
Yeah.
7 seasons.
Yep.
Oh, no, they've got a movie. 7 seasons in a movie.
Okay.
And this will be released on Adult Swim sometime later this year. Now the finale, the 7th-season finale, was kind of a cliffhanger because Hank Venture went missing.
Okay.
But they've released, I think, what is the first minute of this movie, called The Venture Brothers. Radiant is the Blood of the Baboon Heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the name of the movie. And they've released the first minute of it where...
I'm in. We're on site.
Affirmative, Pony Boy. I walk on the target cell phone 20 meters northwest of you.
I don't like it. He's been a ghost for 3 days, and suddenly we get a ping.
Maybe he couldn't find his charger.
All right, team, eyes open. This could be a trap.
Why do they always have to be pre-dawn, these raids? I mean, what's wrong with a nice pre-noon raid? Like a brunch raid?
But it's Brock Sampson leading a team.
Okay.
And they find poor Hank asleep behind a garbage dumpster. And that's the first minute of the Radiant is the Blood of the Baboon Heart,
All right.
the Venture Brothers movie. You can go and watch that. All the voice cast are back and some new people. Should be very interesting later this year. Now, I went looking for stuff, and the first headline I brought up was second wave of Disney layoffs coming this week.
Yeah, I saw that.
And this Bob Iger there is saying we're going to fire some more people. I wonder if it's going to be the person who set the dragon on fire.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
I don't know if you saw. You can go online and look for it. The Phantasmic show at Disneyland. You know that, and the big finale is
fire-breathing dragon.
Is that Maleficent turns into a giant dragon and breathes fire, and Mickey is able to, using the power of hope and magic and goodness, to stop the evil dragon.
He couldn't do that this time.
Not this time, because the dragon catches on fire. Yeah, nobody was hurt. All the cast members got away. But needless to say, Phantasmic is going to be shut down for a while.
It was an accident, right? I mean, you said...
Yes.
Nobody lit it on fire.
Nobody did it on purpose.
But if you can go online and search for it, and there are hundreds of videos out there of the thing just catching fire. First its head, and then it just burns down to its stomach, and it's rather amusing to watch. Actually.
It's spectacular.
It is. It's quite spectacular. Other good news. If you got your Disney Plus on, it's happened last week. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy debuted on Disney's streaming service. So that's 2002's Spider-Man, 2004's Spider-Man 2, and 2007's Spider-Man 3 with Tobey Maguire, Kirsten Dunst. They are all available now on Disney Plus. They weren't before.
Okay.
And also the first one with Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone, The Amazing Spider-Man, are also available. Now, in a few weeks more, on May 12th, you're going to get the first actual MCU Spider-Man movie, Homecoming, will be on Disney+. That's with Tom Holland. And then additional titles from Sony Pictures are expected to premiere later this year. So that would be The Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Far From Home, Spider-Man No Way Home, Venom Let There Be Carnage.
Do you have a favorite?
Of all those?
Yeah.
Oh, I like my Tom Holland Spider-Mans. Yeah. That's the ones that I like. So somebody said to me, well, did Disney buy Sony? Is that what happened? I'm like, I wish. I wish they would do that and wrestle away all those Marvel characters from Sony because they keep ruining things. We all like Ted Lasso, right?
Yep.
And we like Juno Temple.
Yeah.
Keeley. She will be starring in the next Venom movie with Tom Hardy. We don't know who she's going to be playing, but she will be in the Venom movie. Now, Patti LuPone.
Yeah.
She kind of...
Evita.
Yes. She's a longtime Broadway actress. People love her.
Yep.
And she let it be known. Well, we knew that she was going to be in this new Disney Plus Marvel series, Agatha: Coven of Chaos, which is the sequel to WandaVision.
Okay.
It was Agatha all along.
Right.
I was going to tune in because, well, come on, I'm a Marvel zombie.
Sure.
2, I love Catherine Hahn. But then I found out that Patti LuPone is going to be in it, and Aubrey Plaza is going to be in it.
You love her, Bill.
Boy, she's just gotten better and better as time's gone on.
Well, Patti LuPone was on The View, and she talked about the plot of Agatha: Coven of Chaos.
Okay.
I don't know if she was supposed to reveal this info, but she's new to this Marvel universe. I don't know if they warned Patti LuPone about the snipers that are out there. But here's what she let loose. She is playing a character called Lilia Calderoo, an obscure comics character who is a 450-year-old Sicilian witch whose power is divination and whose trial is tarot. She said, I play Lilia Calderoo, who is in the Marvel world. I researched her. She's hot. She's really hot. She's got a great body and great hair. I didn't know that there were witches in the Marvel world. There are witches. And so we are a coven of witches. The witches are Catherine Hahn, Aubrey Plaza, and their familiar, who is Joe Locke, Heartstopper Joe Locke. So he's the one who does their bidding.
Okay.
Now, I had to research Lilia Calderoo.
This is not one you were familiar with.
Well, of course not, because she was in one issue in 1973 of Marvel Premiere number 12, notable for just a couple of things. She had a kid with the Doctor Strange villain Baron Mordo. So Baron Mordo is the father of her child, and she guards the book of Cagliostro, which appeared in the first Doctor Strange movie, and she only appeared in one issue because she died at the end of that.
So this is a very obscure character.
Very obscure character. So there you go. That's all the information that we have. For
Patti LuPone played a witch in Penny Dreadful.
Oh, well, see, so she's
it's like the second season.
Returning to playing a witch again. So there you go. Geek news for you. Traffic, Gina.
Well, there's just a few slow spots, but most of the crashes have been cleared, so you should have smooth sailing. Don't sail too fast, though, if you're on Bangor. We've had a couple different friends of the program say that they've got speed traps out there this morning, so maybe that's why we have fewer accidents today. Maybe I would guess. I don't know. If you see something you want to let friends of the program know about, you can text us 33986.
All right, we're going to take a break. We will be back. We're going to have a song for you as well, and we'll play the Boner Recap coming up. If you know who won the Boner today, it's very easy. Just call in and tell us who it was, and you'll win a prize. What do we got?
Tickets to Triggers and Slips at the Stateroom. You must be 21 or older to win that. So
All right.
Just so you know.
Boner Recap. Call in. KXRK Provo.
Hey, you know those great arguments like who wins fights between the world's most badass?
People were showing me in the chat room, they were showing me that some Roombas have cameras on them. Speaking of candidate
Mine
number
does.
one.
Mine does.
And there's pictures of people, the Roombas in the bathroom, and people are sitting on the toilet.
My son is convinced that the Roomba is mapping our house so that it can be taken over by the government.
Why would the government want to take over your house?
I have no idea.
What does the government want with your house?
Nothing.
We'll finally get that bill, Allred.
I love that argument about why I need guns. It's to protect me from the government. They have drones.
They have the atomic bomb.
They will always win.
They will win.
They have fighter jets.
Yeah. All right.
A well-regulated militia.
Well,
That's what we need.
It's not regulated enough.
No.
Yeah, see, now they're sending me the pictures of people sitting on the toilet from the
I don't
Roomba
want to see
now.
that.
Really?
Hang on. Yeah, that's right there.
How is the Roomba getting in the bathroom if you close the door when you're going? Why?
They can be very insistent.
Yeah.
The Roomba can
Darn
be
right
very
rude, actually.
Very
Close the
insistent.
door.
I don't know if this is true.
Yeah, see, here's the mapping of the Roomba. You know, your kid's not wrong. I mean, because that information goes somewhere.
They do map my house.
But I don't think the government cares.
No.
It maps your house so it knows, oh, there's a stair over there. I can't go over there. And
Or I can send it to a certain area of the house, which I think is really cool. I can say, that area of the house needs a little extra attention, Roomba. Go get it.
Okay.
And it does.
You got it, Mr. B.
I wish it would talk.
It should talk.
That's the next iteration, I'm
Yes,
sure.
it will.
Oh, actually, it does talk now that I think about
What does it say?
It says things like, Roomba needs charging. Yeah.
Oh, so it's very limited. in
Yeah,
what
I
it
mean,
says.
Roomba needs charging, or Roomba is stuck. Roomba is stuck.
it speaks about itself in the third person.
Yes.
Well,
it'd be creepier if it said, "Hey, I'm stuck
Hey, I'm
over
over here.
I am stuck.
Hey, Bill.
I am stuck.
Now we should customize it.
Yeah.
So that it can say, "Hey, Bill, you need to charge me."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Roomba. That's okay, Bill. Just come and get me. I can't move until I'm charged.
I have no soul.
Well, neither do I, Roomba.
recap. If you know who won the boner today, even if you don't know, you can guess, for heaven's sake. I mean, we're pretty lenient. 877-602-9696 is the number to call. And what are the tickets?
Triggers and Slips tickets.
And we'll serve those up in a Radio from Hell coffee mug. How about that? How about that? Flock O, X96.
Arizona utility officials that Arizona's going to cut off power to L.A.
Yeah, this could be a boner.
To Los Angeles, if the city proceeds with its boycott of all things Arizona. The mayor, on Wednesday, defiantly rejected a warning by top Arizona utilities officials that the state could cut off power to Los Angeles should the city proceed with its boycott. Spokesman Dave Beltran told Fox News that the message didn't even warrant a response. We're not going to respond to threats from a state that has isolated itself from America that values freedom, liberty, and basic human rights, Beltran said. That was after Gary Pierce, a commissioner of the five-member Arizona Corporation Commission, wrote a letter to Villagarosa. I can't say his name. It's Villaragosa.
Just mangle it.
Slamming his city council's decision to boycott the Grand Canyon State in protest of its immigration law by suspending official travel there and ending future contracts with state businesses. Noting that a quarter of Los Angeles' electricity comes from Arizona power plants, Pierce threatened to pull the plug if the city council does not reconsider. Doggone it! You're going to boycott this candy store, then don't come in for any of it, Pierce told Fox News. Well, I'm sure that they'll do that. I am sure that Arizona, as a matter of fact, if I were California, I'd say, go ahead. Go ahead.
Shut it off.
Go ahead. Put up or shut up.
You already look bad, Arizona. Do that and look worse.
They're not going to do it, is the point.
No.
They would never do it. They can't do it. We're going to cut off your power. Uh-huh. Okay, fine. Do it.
Is old.
Feels like it.
Yep.
All right, let's play the boner recap.
Do we have a contestant to play?
We do. Let's, the randomizer decides. It looks like it's Richard. Hello, Richard.
Hello, Richard.
Hello, everyone.
Richard, we're going to give you a prize. It's a double prize. It's tickets to see this unusual band called Triggers and Slips.
Uh-huh.
And we'll give you a Radio from Hell coffee mug along with that. How's that?
Oh, man, that sounds great.
Okay, all you got to do is tell us who the boner winner was today. I'll recap the 3 candidates for you, and if you get it correct, we'll give you the prize. If you don't get it correctly, we'll hang up on you immediately, banish you from ever playing
Yes.
again, and go to the next person. But Richard, I think you may get it.
The appropriate response.
Okay, hang on. Here we go. Boner candidate number 1 was, I was just trying to ruin the mood, and it worked. South Carolina man trying to ruin the mood. Is living with his ex-wife. He's still living there. She's having sex with a boyfriend in another room, and he didn't care for that. So he decided he'd try to ruin the mood by going out to the car and getting a gun and bringing it back and threatening them with it. It worked. Boner candidate number 2, poop bombs away. An apartment complex in Largo, Maryland. Some really scummy resident there throwing dog feces over the balcony to the road below rather than being responsible and cleaning it up. And boner candidate number 3 was anti-Semitic attack on an autistic teen. This happened in Las Vegas at a school there. So this teenager is nonverbal. Apparently someone attacked him and carved carved is a little over the side, but whatever, scratched a swastika into this kid's back. Richard, I'm sure you can probably figure out who the winner was here, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. I'm pretty sure it's number 3.
Yes.
You'd be pretty sure right, and you win the prize, Richard. Congratulations.
It's Triggers and Slips at the Stateroom, Friday, April 28th, and we'll give you those tickets inside of a Radio from Hell coffee mug.
Okay.
Right.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Hang on the line.
Hang on.
We'll tell you how to get that. Still baffled about the poop off the balcony one.
Well,
it's lazy people who they have their dog, and rather than take the dog out for a walk, they let the dog go poop on the balcony, and then they clean it up. They pick because they don't want poop on their balcony, then they just toss it over the side.
Having animals is a responsibility.
I know,
You can't take care of them, don't have them.
As I said to Kyle Brown and his wife Colleen when I visited on Saturday, they have two beautiful cats. I mean, purebred cats. I forget the variety, but really pretty cats. And we're talking about the care and the feeding of cats. And I said, I can't smell a cat box in this house. And we talked about how you have to clean it very fastidiously. And I said, I will never have another cat. Once Klaus is gone, no more
done?
cats, because I'm the only one who does the cat box. And I'll say, if you guys want another cat, fine, but I will not change the litter anymore.
Until they say, yeah, okay, and then you get a cat, and then they don't, and then you're stuck doing it again.
Then the cat will mysteriously disappear. I don't know where he went.
I can't have a cat for lots of reasons. I mean, I'm allergic for one, but the other, I can't have a pet that doesn't do exactly what I say and have boundaries. Like,
it's pretty hard to have cats.
You are
with
allowed
boundaries.
here.
Yeah.
You can sleep here.
Yeah.
You can eat here.
Nope.
You can lay down here. You are not allowed over here and here and here. And a dog, you can train them to do. Cat does not care about.
I mean, the cat may not do the things you don't want it to do when you're in the room, but when you leave, you can be sure the cat will do it. Yeah.
I get into a loop. I miss having a cat. I used to have cats. Long time.
Yeah.
I miss having them. So then I watch cat videos.
Is that enough?
On Twitter and YouTube, and that holds it for a while. But then as I get watching the cat videos, I get thinking, I'd like to have a cat again maybe someday.
Yeah.
I'm the same way with ducks.
With ducks?
I'd like to have a duck.
There's a Twitter account you should follow then called Why You Should Have a Duck.
I've seen. Yeah, I don't follow it, but I've seen it.
Yes.
Yeah. Why you should have a duck? They're great.
The last one I saw was the duck was lying on his back getting a foot massage.
You mean a web massage?
A web massage.
And enjoying it.
And just going,
Yeah.
Todd used to have ducks. I don't think he
Yes,
has
he
them
did.
anymore.
I think they got killed.
By his dogs?
I think so.
Did I bring up
I think
an
that's
unpleasant
what-
subject?
It was something like that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yes. The dogs and ducks don't generally mix very well. There's a story in the news today about some people who have a bobcat. Did you see that?
A pet bobcat?
Yeah, they bought it somewhere illegally when it was just a tiny baby.
Oh.
And it is...
It's grown up now.
Yeah, and there's a whole bunch of different pictures and videos of it when it was a baby. And just a fun little, charming little guy.
Oh, kitty.
And they toilet trained him. There's pictures of him uses the toilet.
Mm-hmm.
And now, but they bought it in a state where it was legal. Now they live in a state where it's not legal to possess wild animals, and they've taken this bobcat away from them. And they said he's not out there killing things. He's our pet, but they took it away from him.
Let's see. I have 2 cats, even though I'm allergic. Their names are Ben and Annie, or Benadryl and antihistamine for short.
Yes.
All right, we will take a break. We will be back. We got big boy news and opinioendo, full strength coming up. Stand by. We're Radio from Hell, the first morning
Stick. Spell it with me now. S-T-I-C-K. And now we'll use it in some dialogue between our 2 Utah friends, Elder Legrand Dunn Jr. and his wayward friend Levar. The boys have gone to a local building supply store for plumbing fixtures. Let's listen as a conversation ensues. Again, the word is stick.
I think you're going to need a few different things to fix up your problem, Levar. Just a tube of caulk ain't going to do the trick.
Well, I'll take your best advice on this job, Legrand. I mean, that toilet's gotten to where it's leaking so bad, just putting towels around the base ain't holding back the flow no more. I mean, it worked for a couple of months, but this morning I was ankle deep in water, clear out to the kitchen. What do I need to buy here?
Well, first off, you're going to need a wax seal, and then you're going to need to replace that float ball thingy. And then caulking around the base should finish you up.
Well, I guess they should have all that stuff here to Chris and Dick.
Should have. Them 2 guys know how to stock hardware.
Oh, you know them?
Oh, yeah, sure. They're around here all the time. Oh, look. There's one of them now.
Well, who is it? It's Chris?
No, Stick.
The guy with the beard, Stick?
No, the guy in the Oshkosh overhaul, Stick. The guy with the beard ain't nobody.
Hey, Legrand, look.
What?
Looky, celebrities shop here to Chris and Dick's. Look over there, KSL people. Stick Norris.
It's not him. Oh, but it's Stick's co-worker, KSL people, Bruce Lindsay.
Yeah, Bruce Lindsay. Hey, how come he has a different last name than his dad? Why ain't his last name Norris like his old man's?
It's 9:19. Big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
Apply now at Lyft Credit for $500 to $5,000 in just 5 minutes at a rate much lower than payday loans. You could even qualify for instant funding. Go to liftcredit.com. That's liftcredit.com.
Well, Alec Baldwin is getting back to work on the set of Rust.
I don't know why they're finishing this movie.
Because money. Because it has, there are investors, because things are all tied up. They have to try and finish it so that they can hopefully recoup some of the money they put into it. The 65-year-old actor was photographed working on, and it's not his decision, probably. I mean, partially his decision, but there are other people saying we're obligated to do this.
And my guess is more people will watch it now after all
Maybe.
this than ever would have seen it before.
Yeah. The 65-year-old actor was photographed working on the movie for the first time since 2021. Production halted following the tragic death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins, who was shot when Alec, it says allegedly pulled the trigger, but he pointed a gun toward her and it went off. The first day back on the set comes only one day after criminal charges against Alex were dropped. He's wearing, it's interesting, his costume's got bloodstains on it.
Well, it's a
full beard. He's back at it. I don't know.
And it's 2 years old. Does he look 2 years older? Is the continuity of the movie going to be?
Well,
weird?
he has a big beard.
The beard will hide everything.
And I don't think 2 years changes a person's appearance that much. You know, unless he's been involved in a disfiguring accident or something. The exclusive multiple sources tell Deadline that a woman who filed a complaint against NBC Universal CEO Jeff Shell for inappropriate conduct was CNBC anchor and senior international correspondent Hadley Gamble. NBCU parent company Comcast announced earlier that Shell is leaving after an investigation by outside counsel. Shell acknowledged that, quote, I had an inappropriate relationship with a woman in the company. I deeply regret it.
I guess they've been for about 11 years now.
And it's just now?
Oh, everybody knew.
And everybody knew, didn't say anything about it, but and he was even emailing on the company server. I mean, that's how brash he was about it.
Deadline learned that Shell had a relationship with Gamble, which started 11 years ago, continued sporadically up until a couple of years ago when it ended. Shell was chairman of NBC Universal International from 2011-2013 before becoming chairman. The complaint was lodged within the past month, Deadline has learned. The matter went all the way to the Comcast chairman and CEO Brian Roberts through proper channels and was handled expediently. The outside law firm hired to investigate delivered the findings to top Comcast brass. I'm trying to see here if it says what they're going to do anything to Hadley Gamble.
I think she's keeping her job. I haven't heard that she's being let go yet.
There she is. She's a lovely woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She covers energy, geopolitics, and financial markets and anchors Capital Connection with CNBC's Middle East headquarters based within Abu Dhabi Global Markets. She also presented the CNBC documentary franchise Access Middle East, where she speaks to world leaders and CEOs and philanthropists. And her bio says she is a passionate advocate for women in the workplace.
Women in the workplace, huh?
Yeah. Former NFL receiver Antonio Brown, who's had issues with the law over the years, moved quickly to avoid one more issue with the law, facing an arrest warrant for failure to pay more than $30,000 in child support. Antonio Brown came up with the dough and made the payment. TMZ.com reported that a warrant had been issued for his arrest. Via the New York Daily News, Brown posted on Instagram a screenshot of a receipt showing that he had paid $33,250.58 to appropriate authorities. On Saturday, Brown told WRGB in Albany that he had indeed made the payment. He was in town for a game of the Albany Empire, an indoor football team that he partially owns. Yeah, well, first off, anytime you say a guy owns a team, then there's going to be some garnishing of wages, But
Well,
let's
if
get
you
this
take
clear.
care of your kids.
I pay my bills. I'm a professional, Brown said. It's about the empire and running a business, and we don't need negativity on my name. It's bigger than me. I mean, if I wasn't associated with this indoor football team, I wouldn't have paid up.
Take care of your children.
That's essentially what he's saying. He's been accused in civil courts of not paying, most notably, a lot of different bills, including a celebrity jeweler that says Brown owes him $1.1 million for jewelry. I know. All right.
They are not born like you or I.
No.
Yeah.
No. Apparently there were a bunch of... this was not working, so I'll move on to another story. A bunch of avalanches over the weekend triggered by human beings, 13 of them. And there was an accident at Snow Basin on Sunday.
Really?
A man died Sunday after he and another person crashed into each other while skiing at Snow Basin.
Ouch.
The man was 82 years old.
Well.
Ski patrollers responded, found the man unresponsive. They tried to administer life-saving treatments. Weber Fire Basin District said that the man was in cardiac arrest. Not clear whether that was a result of the crash, but you would kind of assume so.
But not an avalanche. This wasn't.
No, this
to
is
do
not
with
an avalanche one. That avalanche story, for some reason, is not cooperating here. Let's see if I can get it to. No, for some reason, it's just not appearing. This ski collision, this guy passed away. It's funny. My news program here is.
Do you need me to come over and kick it?
Behaving erratically. There's one. After the U.S. Supreme Court decision to maintain access to the abortion pill mifepristone, physicians will be able to keep prescribing the drug as a lower court case on the FDA approval moves through the judicial system. The appeal seeks to roll back a long-set Food and Drug Administration approval for the pill.
Yeah. Not just here, by the way. Around the world. And there haven't been any problems for 20-plus years.
Not really. The appeal seeks to roll back the approval. Government lawyers have argued that the FDA followed all of the proper laws and steps in decision-making process when the drug was approved 20 years ago. The drug's approval still has the backing of the Biden administration. After the Supreme Court decision, Joe Biden said, "I continue to stand by the FDA's evidence-based approval of mifepristone."
Yeah, and it's a drug that's not just used by loose women that decided they don't want to have a baby. It's used for all kinds of things.
Yeah.
It's used for women that have their pregnancy has ended, but their body is not doing a good job of evacuating everything, so it helps do that. It does all kinds of things.
And this is just, it's a 2-pill process. This pill makes it so that the cramps don't hurt.
Yeah.
So it's like they want to punish you.
Sure.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
Shame is the point, Carrie.
Shame and pain.
Well, let's see. This
we were trying to buy you time there.
The Tatum O'Neal is celebrating her loved ones. On Friday, the actress shared a heartwarming Instagram picture alongside her father, Ryan O'Neal, who celebrated his 82nd birthday on Thursday. Happy birthday, Dad, I love you, wrote the 59-year-old Academy Award winner in the post caption. In the photo, the father and daughter are seen posing next to each other with big smiles. I believe they're sitting on a bed.
I think he's not all there anymore.
Fans celebrated the actor's new year of life by leaving comments like, "I love this, happy birthday to your dad, happy birthday, sir, you look great." Fans also took joy in seeing a portrait of Farrah Fawcett that had been done by Andy Warhol in the background, hanging on the wall.
Oh, really?
So cute to see your dad with a picture of Farrah over his bed, noted one fan in the comment section. Another expressed, beautiful pic of you two and the Andy Warhol. Now, Farrah Fawcett was not Tatum O'Neal's
No.
Oh, yeah. They were...
they had a son named Redmond who's a mess.
Farrah and Ryan?
Yeah.
Redmond Fawcett Majors?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, it says here. While never...
Thank you.
While never married, Ryan and Fawcett developed a romantic relationship, meeting on the set of the $6 million man.
Yeah.
And had a son named Redmond O'Neill. They split in 97 and reunited in 2001 when he was diagnosed with leukemia. Fawcett took care of him as he went into remission. And then she died of cancer, and Ryan reunited with his daughter Tatum for the first time in years after a bitter estrangement.
Yes. What's the story?
And Gina loves telling the story that
At Farrah Fawcett's funeral,
he hit on her. Yeah.
He hit on her, and
His
she's
daughter.
like, "Dad, it's me,
Huh?
your daughter."
What?
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. These sunglasses are dirty.
I haven't seen you for a while. My goodness, you've...
Okay, you want to get out of here and go get a drink? Dad!
My goodness, you filled out.
Weirdo.
And she was on that Rescue Me show.
Yeah, Rescue Me.
Where she played a train wreck.
Where she played a train wreck,
Yeah.
which was perfect. Yeah,
She was very convincing as a train wreck.
Mhm.
All right, that's it.
All right, weather.
So we could see some thunderstorms later today, mainly afternoon, about 70% chance, and that continues overnight tonight into tomorrow. We'll be down in the 30s overnight, so that could be little flakes of snow depending on where you are. Tomorrow only going to get up to 54 for a high. We're up in the 70s, though, by Thursday, it looks like.
All right, thank you. I think we got puppies and kitties next.
Aww.
Well, I don't know if they're in the studio, but we're going to be talking about puppies and kitties next. Stand by.
Don't miss a single moment of the Radio from Hell show.
Melon. Spell it with me now. M-E-L-O-N. And now we'll use it in some dialogue featuring our good Utah friend, Levar. Levar has gone to the post office on an errand for his neighbor, Legrand Ardun. Let's listen as Levar steps up to the clerk's window at the post office. Again, the word is melon.
Next! You! There, the man with the baggy overalls and the wide tie. No, not you! You! The wide tie with the palm trees and the hula girls on it.
Who, me?
Yes, you're next. Would you step up to the window here, sir?
Sure, I'm coming. What's your dang hurry?
The U.S. mail doesn't wait, sir.
Okay, well, keep your shirt on. I'm here.
Yes, I see that, and still, I wait for you to state your purpose.
Well, I don't know about that. I just came here on an errand for my friend. I don't got no purpose.
Fine. What errand are you on for your friend?
My friend, Legrand Ardun, needs to send something to his boy who's on a mission in Scotland, okay?
Yes, that's fine.
I think it is. Scotland's a real nice place, they say. But I hear them Scots are pretty hard to convert. They's big drinkers, you know. That's where Scotch comes from. And McDonald's, too, now that I think about it.
How may I help you, sir?
Well, let me see. I got the note from Legrand here in my pocket somewhere. Let me, It's got what he wanted me to get for him written on it. If I could just find it.
Look,
here.
sir, I'm going to have to ask you to step aside for a moment until you're ready, okay? We got tons of people waiting here, and we're real busy.
Well, just keep your panties on. I got it right. Yeah, it's right here. Here it is. My friend Legrand needs a melon tube.
Sorry? He needs
a melon tube. He sent me here to buy him a melon tube.
Well, perhaps you'd be better off running your errand at the Western Garden Center then.
You postal workers has got a real funny sense of humor. No, he needs a melon tube to send something to his boy.
Sir, we're prohibited from sending produce overseas.
No, it ain't produce. It's a poster with the Articles of Faith on it. He don't want to fold it up. He wants to roll it up and put it in a tube and mail it, and that's why
Next!
a melon... What about my melon tube?
This is a .44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and it will blow your head clean off. Now, you've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do ya, punk?
You know, I think he memorized all of them Articles of Faith to get his CTR ring anywho. I'll just, don't you worry about it. I'll just be on my way, okay? Next! Who's next? Don't keep this man waiting. Who's next?
All right, 9:35. Puppies and kitties.
Nick Lippincott is with us. Nick is with the Best Friends Animal Sanctuary. He is the what's your official title, Nick? Senior Manager of Life Saving Programs at Breast.
That's it.
And this is all having to do with Adopt Local. What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, thanks, and thank you for having us. Good morning.
Sure.
Adopt Local Challenge is a new initiative for us and Best Friends in Salt Lake and in Utah. Inception of it was simply this. There are over 60 shelters in Utah to adopt an animal, where we might go to find our lost animal, to get necessary services, or to adopt, foster, volunteer, and donate. And we wanted to incentivize the public to go find the one close to home and know where to go.
How do you find them?
Well, good question. They are everywhere. I know that myself.
If there's 60, there should be pretty easy to find.
You would think. That being said, when I moved here, it took me months to find the one that was right next door to me, and I'm in the industry. But yeah, we actually put together a site. So it's bfas.org/adoptlocalchallenge. That'll take them right there. You'll find a list of all the participating shelters and rescue groups that are participating in the challenge, but a list of where to find all the other shelters in Utah as well.
And we want to adopt out puppies and kitties specifically. Is that what we're working on?
Yeah, those are the populations that are most in need in our shelters. You know, there's a huge influx and overpopulation issues, and we want to help the ones that are there and make room for the ones that need to be there afterwards.
Not all of these facilities are no kill, are they?
No, unfortunately they're not.
Yeah,
no.
You would like that to happen, I would assume.
You couldn't be more right. Yeah, and that is pretty much the core mission of Best Friends. We want to help empower shelters around the country to help reach no kill by 2025. Which means the community support is key to that happening as well.
You say help them to reach no kill by 2025. Does that mean that there are more puppies and or kitties being adopted out than are coming in? Is that what the balance is?
Yeah, that's exactly it. There's always going to be a need in the community for animal services to have animals and coming into shelters. But we, it may not just be because they're lost or, but they need to find homes. And by getting them out through adoption or rescuing them or getting them to partners throughout the country and the state, that's how we're going to help them find homes.
When you adopt, your adoption fee, what does that go toward?
Usually that's going to those key services, so not every animal needs to be fed, needs to get out, and there's a lot of staff, and the infrastructure is pretty expensive to keep those animals, sometimes $10 to $20 a day per animal in shelters, and that's daily care. So that is adoption fees usually isn't even covering that, but it's going to get those core services often, as well as spay and neuter and those key vaccines, microchipping so they can get back home if they ever do get lost.
Is there a standard adoption fee, or does it vary?
It really varies depending on the shelter, because those operating costs and those cost of care costs are pretty varied.
Yeah, it's really a valiant effort. It seems to me we had done better at this in the past, and then we have kind of slacked off. Or something in my mind about that here in Utah. We're doing really well, and then we kind of dropped off. And is that right?
Well, COVID was really interesting. We saw a big influx of really great stepping up from the communities and pulling a lot of animals out of shelters, which is great. And that's maintained, but we are having animals still coming in, so there's always more and more. So we have to do more and more work to help get them out and keep them out there and continue programming that makes sure they stay out once they're out. Things like return to home programming, things like that. We're getting close though. Utah is, to reach that 90% across the state, 90% is kind of our benchmark to say something's no kill or not. The state can be at that with less than 1,000 more animals being saved in a year.
That seems doable.
Yeah,
you would. Yeah, it's hard, and it just means that there's now only one or two in some places, and those are the really important ones we have to make sure to, as a community and as an organization, reach out for and keep an eye on.
So if you have any thoughts that you want a dog or you want a cat, don't go to a pet store.
No.
Which, interestingly, you see fewer and fewer pet stores, really. I mean, there used to be, like, there'd be one in the mall, and there'd be one in the... It seems like there are fewer of them.
And a lot of them now carry rescue animals.
Right, that's exactly what I was going to say, is, pet stores are a great way to often reach sometimes part of the community that may not be able to make it to a shelter, but they should come from shelters, because we have amazing animals in shelters, often that are the purebred dogs or, that people look for that are still finding their way into shelters.
And they're animals probably, too, that may not need a lot of training because they've already been, trained or
Right.
they're used to being around people, and they just want to come and live with you.
Yeah, and there's some amazing shelters. Davis County, for example, has done an amazing programming right now where they're helping the community as many ways as they can. I think they just did a vaccine clinic for the community last week, and those shelters are doing those really core programs, and supporting them and funding them is going to help things like behavior and training programs too for those shelters.
And if you want a specific, I'd really like to have a certain kind of a dog or a certain kind of a cat. You can shop around, right, to shelters?
Oh my goodness, of course.
You'll
And
find it.
That's the kind of really neat thing about shelters too, is that you can come on Monday, come back on Wednesday, and there might be a whole new set of animals in the shelters because there's that much of a need and that turnaround is so fast. You might find that perfect dog.
All right.
You can even ask, say, I'm looking for this, and they'll call around the other shelters and say, oh, there's one over here. You can go.
Yeah, sometimes that's exactly it. And our best friend staff is fantastic. We actually have a resource, and like you said, you can check that website and find that list of shelters, their websites, and most of those shelters, whether it be on Facebook or on a shelter website, is going to have all those animals in the shelter, so you can just keep that running list every morning, have your coffee, and see who's in the shelters needs help.
Well, let's give that website again and that final message, that final push.
Sure, yeah, sure thing. It's bfas.org/adopt local challenge. That's where you're going to find the list of all the shelters participating and find the shelter near you closest. As Best Friends Animal Society is basically saying, hey, step up, adopt, rescue, volunteer, donate. Any of those things is going to be a major support to a shelter, and do it. Start near you, start close to home, and that might have a bigger impact on your community, and maybe if, God forbid, your own animal gets lost one day, you know where to go.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, Nick Lippincott, Senior Manager, Life Saving Programs, Best Friends Animal Society in Salt Lake. Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much for having us. Good morning.
Thank you. All kinds of puppy sound effects here. There you go. Thanks, Gina. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back crawling towards the exit. Stand by.
I allegedly thought of buying a key to the laundry machine at my apartment complex because it takes quarters, and allegedly it would have let me do laundry for free.
There's allegedly a key that you can buy.
No, there is.
Yeah.
He keeps saying allegedly so he doesn't get in trouble.
Well, he
allegedly,
didn't do it.
Right.
That's why he said allegedly.
Well, I didn't do it, but if I did, the key didn't fit anyways.
So
you almost did it.
So allegedly,
these
people were selling you something that would allegedly allow you to rip off people. Instead, you allegedly got ripped off by a company that sold you this item.
That'd be an alleged company.
I don't know who's allegedly ripping off who here, because
it sounds like allegedly you got ripped.
Laundry is allegedly $1.25 a load, which isn't much, except it's quarters only.
Nick,
and imagine allegedly having to go to the bank every single week to get quarters just to do your laundry.
Nick, even though the key that you allegedly got did not work, you still allegedly committed a crime by trying to do it.
Allegedly.
By trying to do it. And I don't want to hear this whining and belly aching about having to get quarters. You go to the bank every once in a while and get a couple of rolls of quarters. Big deal.
Don't they have an alleged change machine in this alleged
No.
laundry?
They don't allegedly
Why
provide
would
anything.
Why would they allegedly do that?
It's like they don't want you to allegedly do anything.
That's just allegedly crazy.
I know why they don't. I wouldn't do it either.
You wouldn't have a change machine allegedly in your alleged washing? Why not?
Because it's another pain in the ass that you have to take care of. When it doesn't work right or people complain about it. No, I wouldn't do that. Get your own damn quarters.
Allegedly.
The dryer machine doesn't work well, so you got to do 2 loads.
Well, why don't you take it to Mama's house?
I do.
All right.
Allegedly.
That's what I always used to do. Take my laundry to Mommy's house.
So this weekend is also the big shopping thing.
It is.
And I'm telling you right now, if you go, I'm going to be hurt.
The big shopping thing being every year, Gina. Well, you tell them what you do every year.
Yeah, go ahead, Gina.
It's my mom, the Sainted Mary Claire, and 3 of her friends, and all their daughters. I don't even know how many people it is. It's like 40 people.
But they're all of a certain. Oh no, I'm not going to do it. Never mind. I was going to be way too mean there.
I was so hoping you'd continue. Let that thought flow through there.
In fact, one of the mothers was shopping a day or two ago with her daughters. I'm not sure where they were, but
getting
she was
a jump on it, were they?
Well, no, they were trying to buy the matching jammies because we all wear matching jammies, and
those are pajamas for those of you who don't know what jammies are.
Matching jammies. And the mother said, "Oh, I want these," and they said, "Well, we need to order them in." And she said, "Well, I have to have them by Thursday." I'm like, why do you need 5 pairs of matching jammies by Thursday? And she said, "Well, we go on this shopping trip every year." And he said, "Is this Gina Barberi's shopping trip?"
Okay, so we don't need to explain it. Everybody seems to know. But here's the deal: is that if you go.
Why will you be hurt?
I will be hurt because she can't make the ride into work here and sit in this comfortable chair that Babinski's has given you.
But she can go
and shop. And that just shows there's that guilt thing coming back, is that you and I cannot have any control.
No.
But Mary Claire, Queen of Guilt.
She directs my life, as you know.
I don't think that you should let your mother make you go on this shopping
trip. That's right.
Well, and actually we've talked about it a lot the last couple of days, and she's been worried about me, and I've been having some trouble the last couple of days.
Richie's having a T-shirt made for you, by the way. It just says "irritable uterus" on it.
Well,
I'd wear it.
Let's see if we can get a second tie line to come in here. I know big radio stations can do that, and we're just KXRK Provo, but let's see if we can get a second tie line in here so that Gina can be at home, and we can be at Jiffy Lube on Monday, and we can all be here. All right?
It'd be nice if we could do that.
All right.
It's the JT thing that's the problem.
Well, JT can maybe send her traffic in pre-recorded.
Okay.
JT, you're there, right? Maybe we could do that just for
whatever
one
you guys want.
For one day.
That's a doable thing, isn't it, JT?
As long as somebody can play an MP3 over there.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, whatever you guys want.
All right, we'll have Richie work that out.
I mean, it would be sort of live traffic, but it would be like...
I'll send it like a minute or two.
A minute or two, yeah.
Okay. I won't be able to do my sign-off, though.
Well, we'll be okay.
We'll forego
one
that.
day, one day.
Yeah, whatever you guys want. Come
All
on.
right.
Ska.
Yes.
Delicious.
I liked them when they had horns. Anyway, 9:52 right now.
Well, I mean, the big news, we were talking about it off the air. Let's talk about it on the air.
Here we go.
Ghost Pizza. That's it for us for the week. We'll be back.
Forever.
No, you won't.
Forever. That's it forever. Tucker Carlson, one of the top-rated hosts on Fox News for many years. Fox said they are parting ways with Tucker Carlson.
They thank him for his service.
They said, of course, he was the source of repeated controversies and headaches for the network because of his statements on everything from race relations to LGBTQ rights. The network made the announcement less than a week after it agreed to pay $787.5 million in a defamation lawsuit in which Carlson's show, one of the highest rated on Fox, figured prominently for its role in spreading misinformation after the 2020 election. In making the announcement, Fox offered this terse statement of gratitude. Quote, Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways. We thank him for his service to the network as a host and prior to that as a contributor.
That's it.
Boom. his last program was on Friday, and Kerry played the last
Yep.
moment there of his program. It's sort of indicated that he didn't know it was going to happen.
They fired him.
Yeah. Yeah, he was fired.
He did not know it was going to happen.
So that's the question. He was the highest rated show on the network.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened? That's the question.
Is there more? So there are more lawsuits coming. Did they
Yeah.
find out something that's going to come out with one of the other lawsuits that's even worse than what we already know?
I don't think so. I think I mean, how it doesn't have to be worse. It was worse.
It was bad.
But why?
Well, I think
Why after the settlement do you fire him? Why?
Well, I think they that was part of what they said. We're going to settle and we're going to fire Tucker.
You think they promised that?
No, I don't think they
Oh.
promised that. I think that was just what they said. Let's settle and let's fire Tucker because he's there have been too many headaches, and we've talked to him about it, and he does it anyway. And he gets by with it because he's got good ratings. Well, we're going to have to eat that and eat $787 million.
But who do they get to replace him?
Well, they should probably put Hannity in there.
Well, what they said they're going to do is they're going to be rotating guest hosts.
Is Hannity on after Tucker Carlson?
I think Hannity's on before.
Because Carlson had the prime spot, which was 8 o'clock.
I thought Hannity had the prime spot and Tucker was later, but I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I mean, I never watched, so as a matter of fact, it's blocked on my cable.
Who did that?
You don't want to accidentally run
I don't
across
even want to
it.
accidentally. Yeah. Whoever runs the Daily Show Twitter account has the best line about it.
Oh, let's hear.
This leaves a huge white power vacuum at Fox News.
I don't listen to Hannity very often anymore. I used to listen to him, but I think I'll listen to him. Oh, I know. It's because it was at a different time of the day. I used to listen to him when he was on earlier on the radio, but I'll listen to him today to see if he says anything about it. My guess is he's been instructed not
comment.
to. Don't say
I'll
anything.
bet he doesn't say a word about it.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
Although he has had, Hannity has had over the years, since Bill O'Reilly was ousted. Bill O'Reilly was the biggest thing on Fox at the time he was pushed aside. Hannity's had him on his show on several.
I was going to say that I could see Bill coming back. I think there's been time has passed and people forget, and I could see him coming.
I could
back.
see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they will invite him back.
Buzz Burbank says Fox News says Tucker Carlson's last show was Friday. His departure follows the dismissals of Maria Bartiromo, Dan Bongino, and Janine Pirro.
Oh, good. They got rid of them, too.
Which follow the network's settlement of a major lawsuit as it's facing an even bigger one. Let's see. And Andrew seems to think, not sure, but he thinks it was Tucker, then Hannity, then Ingram.
I think that's right.
Huh.
Well, maybe they will ask Billow to recome.
Billow. Yep.
Billow.
Yeah.
Come on back, Billow.
I'm sure we'll get all the details and information soon enough.
I think,
keep it tuned here. We'll have all the latest for you.
I think they should hire Jon Stewart.
Stephanie just walked back in from a meeting. Tucker Carlson's not at Fox News anymore, Steph. There you go. She'll be the
big
most.
News.
She'll be the most happy about this.
She's very excited.
Yeah, we may have Wine Monday.
Let's see.
All right.
I need to find the promo,
Let's
don't
do
I?
the promo and crawl towards the end.
I think I got it. Okay.
Every Tuesday at 7 a.m., we check in with our son, Kyle.
Kyle's a longtime friend of the program who's been diagnosed with ALS, which is unfortunately a fatal disease.
ALS is a butt.
Yes, ALS is, in fact, a butt. It makes it difficult for Kyle to speak.
And that's why we usually read a letter from Kyle. And tomorrow, well, Kyle's promised something special.
So make sure you're listening to the Radio from Hell show tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for something special from our son, Kyle Brown, here on X96. Yep. Goodbye, Tucker parties.
So long, Carlson.
All right. Fine job as always, Katie. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who Tucker Carlson is?
Don't you let the door hit you, Tucker, on your way out.
Marcy is next.
X96. 1 hour nonstop music.